gonna have a deep talk. Oh, that works. Gonna have to do like that. Rolls Royce Diaries. Peace. Rolls Royce Diaries. Oh. So here's the conversation. Oh, let me get this started over here. That sounds like. So the subject matter for today is, here's why I'm upset with black people. Here's why I'm angry with black people. They got a guy who's said to have parted the Red Sea. There's another person who is said to survive inside of a whole organism that exists in the sea, like got swallowed by a giant ass fish or whale. Stayed in there for 3 days, 3 nights. There's also another conversation about a man who multiplied loaves of bread, walked on water, died and even came back. And I don't have a problem with these things. To each his own. Believe what you want to believe. But then you see people in your community, maybe such as myself, author and published 96 of my own books, speak 7 different languages, made so many people millionaires and $1,000-dollar-naires, but you would never give esteem and praise and acknowledgement for me. We have people in our community that literally extrapolated data that I've disseminated throughout the years in my courses on the streets. They take their eyes, put the eye of Horus there, then debate other people about how they copying off of them when it's coming from me. Words, terms, status correction, verbiage that I put forth, take it, run with it, stocks, how to trade, but never will say, hey, thank you, Brother Polite. But instead will go out there, profess to be gurus, and never accredit me for the contribution. But fine, we don't have to do these things to get any acknowledgement. But you'll have a Dr. Sebi who's cured so many people, so many diseases that they say are uncurable. But we will render on the love, the appreciation, the esteem, the praise of a great man onto figures that we will never know if they actually existed, who most likely didn't. And it's a setup so you can't appraise people in your community that do great things, because we're not going to be able to compete with someone who walked on water. We're not going to be able to compete with someone who multiplied loaves of bread and fish. We're not going to be able to compete with being murdered and then coming back to life. Parting a whole sea. Being swallowed by a whale. And staying in the belly of the beast for 3 days, 3 nights and coming back whole, unsinged, no enzymes deteriorating your skin. We can't compete with these things. And it's done like that by design, so when our people do great feats, like become multilingual and be stripped of a thorough knowledge of self, murdered at the hands of the oppressor if we even attempt to read, and then later on, the progeny of that descendancy writes multiple books in the 90s, speaks multiple languages, cures diseases. None of that can match up. None of that will ever match up to the walking on water and being murdered and coming back to life stories of people we never heard of until we were introduced to these books that they put together to manipulate us. I hope you guys are listening. Here's why I'm upset with our people. It's not the lack of credit that they give. It's what they give credit to. That's the problem. It's where they put their energy at. And I can't stress to you how hard life is going to be come 2023. Mark my words. Remember, I said it to you. Because people say, oh, he don't deal with spirituality no more. He's only about money. You're going to see how important this thing is. Because everyone's being laid off left and right. And you want to complain about me charging $2,000 so you can get access to $500,000.
All roads come back to why you not soliciting his business. Why you not taking advantage of his services? He said all that to complain about why are you guys not taking it. So I mean, this gotta be top scam ever in America. When I say top scam, I mean top horrible bad scam. What person with a legit service that can potentially make you a millionaire overnight gotta beg people to take advantage of that service? That type of service sells itself. That's how horrible this guy is. Dude, you're trying to give away, let's say what you're doing is correct, legit, legal. You're trying to give away $400,000 with a perfect credit score afterwards. And with 2 credit cards with no max, with no limit. And you can't even do that right. That's how, so I'm going to assume this stuff is legal, legit, authentic. That's how horrible of a salesman you are. You can clean somebody's credit, give them almost picture perfect credit. You can get them access to free money that they don't got to pay back up to about $300,000. And that's not all. You can also get them 2 credit cards that don't have a limit. And you can't even get clients. You are a horrible salesman, man. You're horrible on that side, on the legit side of it, and you're horrible on the scam side of it. That's just terrible. And he doesn't see it. Anyway, it's gonna be a quick one. It's gonna be a quick one. Very, very quick. One second. Polite has this for you. We got breaking news, okay? Breaking news. Breaking news. Shit. Come on. I got time for this shit, man. No, not that. There you go. Did you see this one? B-Money?
Blessings in abundance. Brother Light, I got a special testimony here. And I just want to make it clear, not only is student loan illegal, but we can get you a refund for it. And I'm going to show you my work. But people keep acting like I don't have testimonies. Good Lord. But I'm going to show you the actual email. But first and foremost, what's your name? Where you from? My brother, when I was...
Now, mind you, he keeps saying, you act like I got testimonies. Why do you give a fuck about people who are not going to solicit your service? You're trying to convince, that's why you know this scam ain't working. You're trying to convince the naysayers. Who would give a fuck if you can get 10 grand on on the back end of each client, and let's say you pull them in 20 clients a month? Like, come on, why would you care what somebody's saying you can't do when you're supposed to be successful and making all this money? Hey, dude, you're trying to convince everybody or anybody because you got one dumb client right there.
I was in Dubai.
And he'll be in jail less than a year from now.
He's like, oh, I want to wait until you get into town just to personally thank you, and then I'll do the testimony. I'm like, bro, just send me the testimony. He's like, bro, I want to see him in person and show the love. And I said, you know what, I'll just wait. You know what I'm saying? So he's here. You say who you are, you're there.
Hey, y'all, I'm Eric Jones, originally from Chicago. We live in Los Angeles, California. Yo, I work with Poe, did the whole credit thing, feel me? Just brought my score from like 100 to 150 points, and it's still going up.
He just checked today and it went up another 40 points. But go ahead.
Then, this is about a month ago, I checked my email. They told me, this is the Department of, what is that? I'm looking at my phone again.
And we're going to show it to you.
The U.S. Department of Education. I had student loans on there. I'm like, you know, before I'm like, man, ain't nobody getting rid of these.
Make sure you go loud enough so you can hear you. Just
you know, y'all can't hear me over there, you know. Yeah. I had student loans on there. I'm thinking like, man, can't nobody get rid of these. I go to Poe, they already gone.
Now watch this. I want you to come, Charles. Look at this. This is the email he got. Because not only do we get rid of student loans, we get you a refund. They saying they're going to give him a refund. They got to look into it. Look at this. So this from the U.S. Department of Education. So you know this is official.
Right. Listen, man. When if you scan the U.S. Department of Education, right, and you got my man thing erased, and they're going to put it back eventually. They're going to put that back. All right. I told you what happened with me. All that is when they investigate the legitimacy of the debt, they take it off as courtesy to the customer, to the client, to the victim. Then once they confirm it, they put the shit back on. All right. And they will need to give you money, my boy. If I don't know, you don't watch cop shows, police. You don't watch cop shows? They need to give you money to make it a hard crime. They don't want to just fine you or, you know, charge you. They want, when you fool with this shit, they want to lock you up for years. So they're going to give your dumb ass money. And that's what makes it a felony. Dummy.
You know what I'm saying? He said, what up? So look, you know, if you got to make it clear, boom. So right here it says the Department of Education department has determined that the loans you received to attend a school owned and operated by Corinthian Colleges, Inc. are eligible for full loan discharge. This means the remaining balance on the loans will be forgiven. You do not have to make any more payments on the loans. So first of all, they tell me you don't have to make no more payments. But let's go to the real dope part.
Oh, so he was making payments? But let's hit the dope part.
Skip a paragraph, but make sure you guys can see the paragraph so you can read it on your time. But let's go down here to this paragraph where it says you also may receive a refund for prior payments made to the department on your discharged loans related to Corinthian College, Inc. So have you ever heard of a student loan refund? Not only will we...
Well, for me, it would make sense. You know, I'm not the scholarly guy, but if you were making payments on a loan that was illegitimately put in your name, yes, you're owed the money back because that was never the state's money, the U.S. Treasury money, whoever it is, U.S. Department. It makes sense they got to give it back to you if you never owed it. Okay? If you were forced to pay for a car that's not in your name, but they're saying it's in your name and it's affecting your credit, yeah, you're gonna pay it out of duress and threat of, you know, bad credit. So you're gonna pay it until the shit get figured out. You'll get your money back. I mean, I only a fool would listen to this shit right here and believe it.
Moving the student loan, but you get an email from the big boy, from the U.S. Department of Education. You get an email from the U.S. Department of Education saying, first of all, you don't have to pay no more. Second of all,
all right. So if Polite was a guru with this shit, wouldn't he already know that? Wouldn't he already know that if I can remove your shit, anybody who made prior payments, you'll get that money back in the loan sum? Hey, wouldn't he already? That would have been part of his scam promise package. Like, not only could I get this shit off, but whatever payments you made they'll be sent back to you. He never said that. So he's shocked.
Discharge. Third of all, we probably owe you some bread. We gonna give you back all the money that you've been paying this whole time. Show me somebody who showed you an email that was like this. Show me one person. Show me one person who does credit restoration that shows you that they can get you a refund for the money that you've been putting up. You know how much money people be owing student loan? 100 bands, 80 bands, 60 bands, over 100,000.
Over 60 bands. Gone.
And now they say he ain't got to pay no more back. They discharging it. So forget it even happened. And we're going to look into this refund so you get your bread back. Come on now. And he also got bread from that employee retention credit too, the $26,000. But that's a whole nother conversation. That's another conversation. All we do is run the fucking numbers up. All we do is run it up. But you know, I'm just a hood nigga. I don't know no better because I dropped out of school that grade. But if you want to get your credit restored at the highest level, remove your student loans, your bankruptcy, your foreclosures, if you want to get the money back that these criminals been taking from you, if you want to get access to anywhere between 50 grand and 300 grand that you don't have to pay back, if you want to get a caseworker that's going to deal with your credit that you're going to have coming in so that you can invest it and grow it into a larger amount, all of that takes place inside of 90 business days. Go to brother, POLIGHT45 @gmail.com.
Hell no, he ain't go to school. He a criminal. He a scam artist. Oh, shit.
Leave your full name and your phone number. Go to brotherpolite45 @gmail.com. Leave your full name and your phone number and talk to me nice. You know what I'm saying? If you hashtag talk to me nice right now, I'll take if you hashtag talk to me nice in the email, I'll take $100 off. Talk to me nice. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm proud of my brother. And I just want to give you a dynamic testimony because a lot of people don't like to put their personal business out there. People be ashamed that they even had debt. People be ashamed of what their credit score used to be. So it's hard to get people to do their testimonies. But you know, I thank my brother for even just waiting to make sure that I came through and he thanked me personally. And seeing is knowing. So read through this email when you get a chance. On your time, I made sure that you can still see all of the writing, but I just wanted you to see that the student loan was discharged, and I wanted you to see that they're offering a refund. Okay, and if you, how many of you ever heard of a refund for student loan? You see what I'm saying? All these other credit gurus and everybody that get nice with the so-called stocks and crypto and all that, but I'm always showing y'all some results that you've never seen before. And now I'm in the credit world going crazy. Come on, man. Receipts, man. So we run these numbers up. You feel me?
You see you dripping.
What we doing?
You see you dripping. A whole lot of drip. A whole lot of drip. Whole lot of drip. Whole team. Whole team. Look, they on me now, y'all. They on me now. Goddamn.
Hey, we about to go celebrate, though.
Oh, I get it now. The whole team drip. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you just met your agents. Remember, he wants to give you a specified agent tailored to you and your likings and your credit profile. That's the scam crew. That's your agent right there. All those guys are your future agents if you solicit this scam service.
Food shopping at a 5-star
Those are all the credit agents in the background.
restaurant. You know what I mean? About to go food shopping at a 5-star restaurant. You know what I mean? Hey, thank you. You know what I mean? We ain't getting no RICO charges over here, you heard? You know what I mean?
We ain't getting no RICO charges over here. This nigga think he in a Puffy video. Look at this nigga.
Nah, you ain't getting RICO charges. Your charge is a little more embarrassing. Okay? Yeah, your charge is spelled with 3 words. S-E-X.
Take the 90s, nigga. Take that. But yeah, go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. Get your credit restored. We'll remove any negative items off your report, especially student loan. Especially if your house has been foreclosed. If your house has been foreclosed, if you have student loan, even if you have credit card debt, we can get the money back for you. I not only removed the debt, I hope you get the money back. If you paid anything to these criminals. Talk to me nice. Ask somebody, you know, you can send that email out and see if we fabricated it. U.S. Department of Education. That's a real ass letter. And look how humble people be. 1 minute, they're on you, sending you all sorts of hate mail, telling you how much money you owe and destroying your life. Then Brother Polite get involved, and now they start talking to you nice. They talk to you nice when Brother Polite get involved. Oh, we may even owe you a refund, but we just want you to know that the loan is officially discharged. You don't have to pay nothing back. In fact, we owe you bread. Come on now. This is what we do, man. The blessings in abundance, man. I'm glad you guys got a chance to take a look at it. I'm living proof that it can be done. But I'm always looking out for the team, you know? I'm so proud of my brothers, man, because they're doing the right thing and getting their life right in order. I'll see you guys later. Blessings in abundance.
Let's go.
Through the hassle. It wasn't much of a hassle. It's very easy. I just went to the grammatical structure of the Koine Greek in which this text was the Textus Receptus, the codex in which the English translators of the book that you're reading used to translate, right? I'm dissecting the grammatical structure of the original language of the manuscript. You want to talk to me about English. Show me the Greek. That's what I want you to show me.
Okay.
Show me the Greek.
Got it.
11, right?
Yeah.
In all, pay attention. Let me learn you something, right?
Teach
Let's go to verse 15, right? We got this guy.
Teach me.
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek. This guy.
Teach me.
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek. Let me learn you something, right? Let's go to verse original language of the manuscript. You want to talk to me about English. Show me the Greek. That's what I want you to show me.
Okay.
Show me the Greek.
Got it.
15, right? We got this guy.
Teach me.
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek. Also, and as since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel, and have caused thee to rest from all thine enemies, also the Lord, Yahweh, telleth thee that he will make thee an house. So who's the thee? It's David.
Yeah.
And when thy days be fulfilled, meaning when you're dead, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed, right? Thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels. What does that mean?
Exactly what it said.
What is his bowels?
Let's see what it says. That's strong. I'm not sure.
I'm saying what No, what is a man's bowels? What seed proceeds out of a man's
Well,
bowels?
I don't see that word seed as sperm, by the way. I see it as offspring,
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek. Okay, you don't see it as sperm? I got you. Watch this, right? So here we have in the Hebrew the word for seed, right? Learning something, right? Let's listen. When I go, listen, pay attention. Let me learn you something, right? Zerai. Let's see how the Israelites translated that word into Greek, right? The Septuagint, right? So let's go, boom, right here. This is the Greek word for seed. Let's let the white guy say it. What does that sound? What does that sound like?
Yeah, it sounds funny, but that's a Greek term. But what is the Hebrew? So the Hebrew word for seed is what?
Zerai.
Right. And what does that mean in that context?
It means your actual seminal fluid. That's what
in the Strongs?
What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
It means Zerai.
Right. And what does that mean in that context?
It means your actual seminal fluid. That's what
in the Strongs?
Brother.
I'm just
let's
I'm saying I'm saying it first in 2 Samuel chapter 7. Let's
Zerai.
Right. And what does that mean in that context?
It means your actual seminal fluid. That's what
in the Strongs?
Brother.
I'm just
I'm
saying it first in 2 Samuel chapter 7. Let's look at the Strong's word for seed.
I got it. It said seed.
Right.
Seed, figuratively fruit, plant, sowing time, posterity. What does posterity mean? Let's look that up.
What does child mean? I see child there too.
All future generations of people.
Yeah,
so the future generation. Wait. Slow down, right? The word Zerai in Hebrew means posterity, which is all future generations of people, right? Okay. It says carnally, child, fruitful, seed, all right, sowing time, right? We can look at how it's used, right? It's the seed of a thing, right? Of it, whether it's of herbs, right? Whether it's of plants, right? Let's look at Genesis 4:25. And Adam knew his wife. What does that mean? He had sex with her. And she bare a son and called his name Seth. For God said, she hath appointed me another seed. Who is his seed?
Wait, stop it. Can you just prove my point? He said God did what to him? God appointed another seed. So not another sperm, right? Just another child.
Brother, we say colloquially, black folk, so-called black Americans, you say, oh yeah, that's my seed. Talking about my child. My child is my seed. I agree.
But I'm saying I disagree with that seed means sperm. It doesn't. It means child or offspring or actual seed, like of a mustard seed.
Brother, no.
Okay,
brother,
wait. So let's take that same word seed. He's no, brother. And he just proved it when he read it. He just proved, listen, look what he just read. Now remember, I said I do not see the word seed as sperm. I see it as offspring. That means a lineage of people. I see it as an actual kid, or literally a seed you plant in the ground. Okay. No, brother. But he just read this to try to prove his point. And that's why I stopped him. I said, dude, read that back. Okay, so his proof just now, what he read from the Bible, his proof that seed means sperm was this. And that's why I said, it didn't make any sense. Watch this. Where the hell he read that from? Okay, here we go. He read this. He read Genesis chapter 4, verse 25. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. For God said he had appointed me another seed instead of Abram. He thought that was sperm right there. He thought that was sperm. And that's why I said, read that over, brother, and take seed out and put sperm. For God said she hath appointed me another sperm instead of cable. Another sperm instead of Abel. Another sperm instead of Abel. The sperm, the seed there is Seth. For God said she had appointed me another kid instead of Abel, who came slew. So remember, he read this to prove that seed meant sperm. But he speaks these different languages, though. We got a whole bunch of polites out there. Seed there, and let's make sense of it in sperm in that same context. God appointed me another sperm, and he's talking about Seth, an actual kid. That was
a seed. Brother, what produces a child?
Sperm.
So this is my seed. This is my child.
Okay, well, hold on. But is a child sperm?
Brother,
what the hell was that?
Being super myopic, right? So I want to point something out, right? You said like mustard seed, right? Well,
give them hell, boys.
In the Bible.
Okay, so he lost there, and now what's they do?
And guess
what?
So he lost there, so he's gonna try to win with mustard seed. Watch this. A child sperm.
Brother,
what the hell was that?
Being super myopic, right? So I want to point something out, right? You said like mustard seed, right? Well,
give them hell, boys.
In the Bible, and guess
what the hell was that?
You don't have the word sperma there because that's not the concept of that type of.
Are you sure you don't have sperma there?
That language. Sperma's not there.
Hold on.
Of that type of. Have the word sperma there in the Bible, and guess what? You don't have the word sperma there. Right? Let's go to verse 15, right? We got this guy.
Teach me.
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek.
Teach me.
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek. Point something out, right? You said like mustard seed, right? Well, I can look up mustard seed in the Bible, and guess what? You don't have the word sperma there because that's not the concept of that type of.
Are you sure you don't have sperma there?
That language. Sperma's not there.
Hold on.
Sperma's not here. When in reference to a mustard seed, the scriptures about mustard seed, the word sperma is not used.
Go to Matthew chapter 13, verse 32. And let's look at the Strongs. Matthew 13, verse 32.
Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. It does say seeds, right? But regardless, right? Regardless, that mustard seed, guy.
Teach me.
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek. That mustard seed, the scriptures about mustard seed, the word sperma is not used.
Go to Matthew chapter 13, verse 32. And let's look at the Strongs. Matthew 13, verse 32.
Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. It does say seed. But regardless, right? Regardless, that mustard seed, that mustard plant does not exist without the seed.
All day. I'm going to agree with you all day if you say, did this
guy.
Teach me.
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek. What do you?
And that same that same thing you're showing, it shows that Jesus belongs.
Boaz,
So I said of in English.
From.
And that's what I said.
From. I got this. It don't help you anymore. The place of his mother. He is not clearly okay.
Notice how frustrated and upset he is.
Man is a subject, but the one
for a guy who's supposed to be correct and teaching the student. Look how frustrated and upset he is.
women are the possessions of.
Be quiet. When it
Sir,
says Solomon of her,
do not know the Greek language structure. You, sir, do not know the Greek language
I
structure.
speak
Right. Bible, and guess what?
firm. English
this
well.
text,
I speak
clearly.
English well. Okay. And it
Okay,
said Solomon.
you speak English well.
Right.
I speak English well, and
Okay.
I speak Greek well.
But we're
and I
both
speak
reading
Hebrew
an
well.
English Bible.
Sir, you, brother,
She,
hold on, let's make something clear. You, sir, do not know the Greek language
I
structure.
speak
of
English
this
well.
text.
I speak.
Brother, you're being super myopic, right? So I want to point something out, right? You said like mustard seed, right? Well, I can look up mustard seed in the Bible, and guess what? You don't have the word sperma there because that's not the concept of that type of.
Are you sure you don't have sperma
in
there?
that language? Sperma's not
Hey,
there.
hold on.
Sperma's not here. When in reference to a mustard seed, the scriptures about mustard seed, the word sperma is not used.
Go
sir.
to Matthew chapter 13, verse 32. And let's look at the Strongs. Matthew 13, verse 32.
Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. It does say seeds, right? But regardless, right? Regardless, that mustard seed, that mustard plant does not exist in which part of a plant? Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. It does say seeds, right? No, the Greek. Let's make something clear. You, sir, do not know the Greek. Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. It does say seeds, right? But regardless, let's make something clear. You, sir, do not know the Greek.
Okay, so
Is
right.
that
What about the Greek? It's the same thing.
watch me.
English verbs, and the preposition is similar. So you just said what I said earlier about when I said of in English, and I said it was a possessive preposition. You said, what about the Greek? It's the same thing.
Watch me bust you real quick.
It's the same
right?
thing.
No. Let's look at and what it means in this outline of biblical usage. Out of, from, by, way, away from.
Right.
That's what it means.
No. That's how it's used. Okay. Outline.
The usage is important.
Wait.
I mean,
Wait.
right, let's look at
The definition said it shows the Strongs for and, right? It says and 1161, correct?
So, keep on reading.
Wait.
Letting you know that Jesus Christ was born of Joseph through Mary. It's clear in the Greek text.
So
and we can keep on reading.
Wait, no. Go back. I had a question there. Go back. 16 that you were showing. Okay. It shows the Strongs for and, right? It says
know that Jesus Christ was born of Joseph represents the subject, which is, let's look at it again. Represents the subject, which is Joseph being the recipient of the action. Letting you know that Jesus Christ was born of Joseph through Mary. It's clear in the Greek text. So look at it again. Because Maria is what? Ega Nethi. That's how the Israelites did things, right? But let's keep going, right? The important part is the verb. Eganethi, right? Because Maria is what? Throughout this, the son of men. These are the subjects. So with that said, she's not the subject. She is the object. Looking at this particular parsing of this particular action, let's look at it again. Represents the subject, which is Joseph being the recipient of the action, letting you know that Jesus Christ was born of Joseph through Mary. It's clear in the Greek text. Okay, I'm here.
No, bring up the right there. It shows history got a Strong's. Go down. Look. There is
and Yaakov and Eganethan. What are you talking about?
Okay. The husband. And then what case?
Let me further show that you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
You clearly had not studied Greek. Let me further show that you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
You clearly had not studied Greek. Let me further show that you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
You clearly had not studied Greek. A seed. Brother, what produces a child?
Sperm.
So this is my seed. This is my child.
Okay, well, hold on. But is a child sperm?
Brother, you're being super myopic, right? So I want to point something out, right? You said like mustard seed, right? Well, I can look up mustard seed in the Bible, and guess what? You don't have the word sperma there because that's not the concept of that type of seed.
Are you sure you don't have sperma there?
That language. Sperma's not there.
Hold on.
Sperma's not here. When in reference to a mustard seed, the scriptures about mustard seed, the word sperma is not used.
Go to Matthew chapter 13, verse 32. And let's look at the Strong's. Matthew 13, verse 32.
Okay, you're right. I'll leave it at
all day.
Male. Let me further show that you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
You clearly had not studied Greek. What case is husband in?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll pull it up for you, sir. A noun or pronoun, that is Mary, right? But she belongs to him.
Right. Same thing you're showing. It shows.
Brother, that same ek is used all right. Let's pull it up. Rachab, right? But it's no question.
So you agree with the person? So okay. So the one thing I know about the verbs in Greek, they're similar to English verbs, and the preposition is similar. So you just said what I said earlier about when I said of in English, and I said it was a possessive preposition. You said, what about the Greek? Same thing.
From, by way,
used
from.
Right.
That's biblical usage. Out of, from. Let's look at and what it means in this outline of biblical usage. Out of, from, by way, away from.
Right.
That's what it means.
No. That's how it's used. Okay.
Outline. The usage is important.
Wait. I mean, wait. Right, the definition is that's how it's used, right? Okay, so he was trying to use the Bible tools, which shows you other times it was used in the Bible, right? In the biblical scriptures. I caught him on that, and I was trying to explain to him and the potential audience. He stopped me because he realized that he was trying to tell me the other ways to use it. He was trying to pass it off as the actual definition of the word. And I was saying, no, my bro, that's other ways to use it. That's not the definition. It says, if you go down further, I was trying to tell the guy, if you go down further, it says the Strong's Dictionary. But he knew that. He was trying to remember, I don't know Greek. So he kept trying to pull fast ones on me. Right there, that's the definition. And that's what I said.
I got this. It don't help you anymore.
Yes, it does.
From, out of place. How is a child out of the place of his mother? Because out of her womb. And guess what? Jesus Christ is not special in this regard, looking at this genealogy where the men are the subjects clearly, okay? Every man is a subject.
I was trying to find where he said Joseph and Jacob are both the subjects.
But the women are the possessions of the men, and the children come out of.
So
wait, be quiet. Come out
be
of
quiet.
the woman. What are you talking about?
Okay, so when it said,
sir,
when it says Solomon of her, did he belong to Bathsheba?
Let's make something clear. You, sir, do not know the Greek language. Something clear. You, sir, do not know the Greek language structure.
I speak.
Do not know
Bathsheba.
Let's make something clear. You, sir, do not know the Greek language structure.
I speak.
Mustard seed, that mustard plant does not exist without the seed. And which part of a plant, which gender or sex of a plant is the one that produces the seed?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you all.
Sperm is not here. Sperm is do not
belong to Bathsheba.
Let's make something clear. You, sir, do not know the Greek language structure.
I speak.
Not there. You don't have the word sperma there because that's not the concept of that type of.
Are you sure you don't have sperma there?
That language. Sperm is not there.
Hold on.
Sperm is not here. When in reference to a mustard seed, scriptures about mustard seed, the word sperma is not used.
Go to Matthew chapter 13, verse 32. And let's look at the Strongs. Matthew 13, verse 32.
Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. It does say seed. Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. It does say seeds, right?
Did he belong to Bathsheba?
Let's make something clear. You, sir, do not know the Greek language structure.
I speak English well. I speak. English well,
and I speak Greek well.
No, we're both reading it
and have not disproved anything that I said.
If you watch this back, over me every chance.
Expertise, and this is what I do, right? Teacher.
I hope you're not
subject
because Solomon.
X.
You've been yelling all the time.
And guess what they are?
When I'm tutoring, they don't make a fool of themselves, and then
the subject is not Mary because Mary is the object.
Okay.
Basic grammar tells you that the object is different from the subject. The subject at this point is Joseph.
So I just gotta, just fix this video so all that fast forward, I was not meaning to like play the same thing over and over and over. Some of it, yes, but I was searching for this part. So there was 3 parts. The first part was when he said, "I don't know Greek," right? Which I don't. And neither does he. Okay, neither one of us are teachers or know a significant amount of Greek. So I pointed out that he said. Now I pointed out a couple of things earlier. I showed that he was trying to prove seed means sperm. He went to Genesis 4:25 and he read where Adam told God that he's happy and pleased that his wife had blessed him with another seed instead of Abel. Abel died to Cain. Okay, so I went there and said, wait, if he's thinking his wife of blessing him with another seed in replace of Abel, then how's that sperm? That's a kid. That's a kid, my boy. So it goes to my definition, which is seed means a kid or offspring, never sperm. And then I said, how would that make sense if we read and just put sperm there? So if we say, thank you, God, for she blessed me with another sperm instead of Abel, or does this make more sense? Thank you, God, for blessing me with another child instead of Abel, but really in place of Abel, he was trying to say. So I went there. I got him on that. So then he ran to mustard seed and tried to say the word sperma is not there for mustard seed. So you heard that over and over. I went there and he was adamant. It doesn't say that. And then I had to keep playing. You don't speak Greek. So I just got to be wrong, right? He speaks Greek. I don't. And he's always wrong. That's twice he's wrong. So he said, oh, yeah, I give you that. It said it. And now I was looking for this. So I'm going to do this all over, edit, and I'm going to have it more smooth. It's going to be funny.
He is the one who's doing the beginning.
All right. Wait. Hold on. So verse 16, when it says, and Jacob, who's the subject now?
Say what now?
Verse 16, when it starts off and it says, and Jacob, who's the subject? Now, I know y'all paid attention to my demeanor. I'm poised, laid back, I'm just talking, because I'm trying to build relationships with these guys, right? Where we could talk later, and they can come on my show. I'm not trying to argue and create enemies and then they go away and never reach out again. I'm trying to build relationships where I can call them up like Sarnetta does. You ask them questions randomly about the Bible and hit you back. I'm trying to, but this guy is just all over me, bro. Not cussing, but yelling, disrespecting me, cutting me off, muted me at one point.
The subject is Jacob.
Who's the direct object at that point?
Let's look. It's Jacob is begetting Joseph.
Right. So that means Jacob is the subject and the direct object is Joseph, correct?
No, he's also a subject because all
is Joseph, correct?
No, he's also a subject because all the
what
men
the
here
hell
are
was?
So that lets you know that my man is just he's wrong again, by the way, and just disingenuous. The dude just lying. Look, what? How you got two subjects and there's a verb there? How you got two subjects with a verb and nobody is a recipient of the verb's action? How is that possible? How you get two subjects with a verb and neither subject is a recipient of the verb's action? And why is a verb there? Somebody get one of those. Who? Okay, so you got two subjects. Who is the recipient of the verb? Because the first subject is begotten. Okay, so the verb is applying. He's applying the verb. The action going to somewhere else. He's performing the action, and somebody's a recipient of the action. No, it's the subject. I mean, but again, I couldn't talk. I didn't want to be arguing. I didn't want to make a clown show. I just, it wasn't a big deal to me because I know it's being recorded. I'm recording myself. You dig? I didn't have the energy for that, to make that argument. Because I still wanted to leave on a good note. And I still had hope that I could be able to talk and explain my argument, which I never was able to do with him or Cesario. That's interesting. Like, don't you at least want to hear my argument? Goofy guys. Wait, no. Right. So that means Jacob is the subject and the direct object is Joseph, correct?
No, he's also a subject because all the
what
men
the
here
hell
are
was?
Wait, no. He's the recipient.
What the hell was that?
Guy is crazy, yo. I got a little mucus less, and I'll be like Sabi said, free of mucus and health. Jacob is the subject, and the direct object is Joseph, correct? Right. So that means
it's Jacob is begetting Joseph.
Right. So that means Jacob is the subject, and the direct object is Joseph, correct?
No, he's also a subject because all the men here are subjects.
Wait, no. He's the recipient of the action of Jacob.
No, he's not. No, he's this.
Hold on 1 second. Let's do it like this. Because when you don't know, you don't know. And he could sound like he knows something when you don't know. So this is the Britannica dictionary. All right, because some of y'all just might not know. Okay. Ask the editor. Ask, ask the editor. I'm man. Yesterday, oh my God, I woke up today, was not feeling good. I definitely ain't drinking the liquor tonight. I might try it tomorrow, but tonight, kiss that goodbye. Drinking all water. Direct and indirect objects. Question: in this sentence, you forgave my mistake. Are there two direct objects, or is one a direct object and the other an indirect object? Okay. A direct object is the person or thing that receives the action or effect of the verb. A direct, let me do it like this. Okay. Let me do it like this. Let me do it like this. Don't play with them. Okay. So let me do this like this. I ain't gonna play with it. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna play with it. I am not going to play with them. Okay, now, check this. This is how my brain works. My brain is always on some type of demonstration, illustration time. You dig? Okay, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Excuse me, but we ain't gonna play with them. Okay. Yep. Yep, in my white tee. Okay, so we are not going to, oh, whoops. We are not going to play with them. We are not. Oh, my eyes getting heavy. Let me find out I ain't been getting sleep. Okay. Okay, got it. All right. So I'm almost ready. Give me a few more moments and got them. Okay, here we are. All right. Now, let me get your attention over. Let me direct your attention over here. Okay. So I mean,
it's Jacob is begetting Joseph.
Right. So that means Jacob is the subject and the direct object is Joseph, correct?
No, he's also a subject because all the men here are subjects.
Wait, no. He's the recipient of the action of Jacob.
No, he's not. No, he's
no, he's not. A direct object is a person or thing that directly receives the action or effect of the verb. It answers the question what or whom. Okay. Jacob is begetting whom? Did he not just did Joseph did not just answer that question? Okay, the direct object answers the question what or whom. Jacob begot whom? Chat. all at the same time. Jacob begot whom? That is proof that Joseph is the direct object. He answers the whom. Let's answer it. Jacob begot Joseph. Why are we doing this? I don't be having the energy for, like, you know what I mean? Okay, dude is clearly retarded. All right, watch this. Okay, so last time I told this guy. Last say that, and I'm done with this guy. Jacob is the subject, and the direct object is Joseph, correct? Right. So I mean,
it's Jacob is begetting Joseph.
Right. So that means Jacob is the subject, and the direct object is Joseph, correct?
No, he's also a subject, because all.
Now look how polite I'm talking to the brother. I'm not disrespecting. I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm trying my best to compose myself. You dig? So I showed y'all the example how to be a fucking guest on somebody else's platform. I don't like how he's talking to me. I don't like how he's treating me. Am I cussing him out like clowns that come on the panel? Am I calling him names? Am I talking over him? No, because I'm like, you know what? Go ahead, man. You got it. It's yours.
All the men here are subjects.
Wait, no. You ain't got a song. It's yours. Hey, yo, that last video last night, because I was playing those songs, I believe that was the reason. Yo, that video is gone. I think YouTube had to take that. I was trying to find it. There's no such thing in that video. It's gone. Last night, me and who called a squabble? Who said squabble? Who said squabble? Yeah, that's a Texas term, yo. So me and no man squabble last night. Pit bulls locking, or you could say Rams locking horns. That moment is gone. I didn't delete it. I couldn't find that video for anything today, yo. The video's gone. I'm like, damn, did I do any? I hope I ain't really, explain something, because I'd be mad as hell. Yeah, I can just take the video. I got no notification, nothing. Just gone. Oh, he's the recipient of the action of Jacob.
No, he's not. No, he's listen. No. You're not.
Okay, dude is clearly retarded. All right, watch this. Okay, so all right, so you guys see my screen. I can now switch it. So obviously, study direct added by the verb. We got Joseph rules who've been next.
The Romans sieged Jerusalem when they sieged Israel. Read.
And shall be led away captives into all nations.
Into all nations. What people were led away captive into all nations? The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. This was a prophecy that Christ would say to happen to his people. Read.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
Of the who?
Gentiles.
Of the Gentiles. Read.
Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Meaning what? The people in Israel today don't belong there. Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Those are not the Israelites. That's why they have the suffix ish on the Jew. It's not supposed to be Jew-ish. You're not going to read about no Jew-ish. There's Jews. There's Israelites. Okay, not no Israelis or Jew-ish. Like if I was saying to you,
and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
Of the who?
Gentiles.
Of the Gentiles. Read.
Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Meaning what? The people in Israel today don't belong there. Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Those are not the Israelites. That's why they have the suffix ish on the Jew. It's not supposed to be Jew-ish. You're not going to read about no Jew-ish. There's Jews. There's Israelites. They're not no Israelis or Jew-ish. Like if I was saying to you, you're acting child-ish. Does that make you a child, or you're acting like a child? They are acting like the Israelites, but they are not the Israelites. This was a prophecy that Christ would say to happen to his people. Read.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
Of the who?
Gentiles.
Of the Gentiles. Read.
Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Meaning what? The people in Israel today don't belong there. Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Those are not the Israelites. That's why they have the suffix ish on the Jew. It's not supposed to be Jew-ish. You're not going to read about no Jew-ish. There's Jews. There's Israelites. Okay, not no Israelis or Jew-ish. Like if I was saying to you, you're acting child-ish. Does that make you a child, or you're acting like a child? They are acting like the Israelites, but they are not the Israelites. Give me the book of Revelation 12 and 6. Because Christ gave us the prophecy that we would have to flee from Judea and that we would be scattered into these lands. Revelation 12 and 6, and then Micah 4 and 10.
So the woman fled into the wilderness.
The woman is talking about Israel. We are called a comely and delicate woman. That's the book of.
So that was debunked. All right, that fast. All right, so the baby, the baby wants to sing. Harmonizing, baby. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Okay. We can't give them too much, you dig? No, we can't give them too much. No, we can't give them too much, you dig? It might, what they call it, synthesize. They might record our voice and copyright it, get patented. You that word that indigenous think is so spooky. Patent our vocals. Patent.
So stood in holy method to write down the Bible. Yep.
All right. Hey, now how you go from singing to? Oh, you sleepy. Okay. Yeah, you sleepy. Closing your eyes. All right. Let's get your milk. Where's your milk? Let's get your milk. Let me find something for the crew to watch until I get his milk. Hold on. Order. Let me get your milk.
And credit cards. You wouldn't complain about me charging $2,000 so you get anywhere between 50 grand and 300 grand that you don't have to pay back.
This is how it looks now.
Complain about me charging $2,000 when I'm coaching you and preparing you for the funds that are coming in so you don't squander the money that you get that you don't have to pay back. But no, I'm not spiritual no more because I'm concerned about your financial disposition. But I understood long time ago, just through nursery rhymes, that we would be the hardest people to educate. Why? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Let's think about it. Everything's in code. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. But E is the A, B, C, D, E. E is the fifth letter in the English alphabet. And I is the Roman numeral 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6. So EI is 6, 6. O is the 15th letter in the English alphabet. 1 plus 5 is 6. So 6, 6, 6. But to the unsuspecting person, E-I-E-I-O is just a song and a chick chick there and a chick chick there every day. Yo, hold on. But do you think it's a coincidence that the E-I-E-I-O can somehow be added up into 666? And that we have a so-called 24 hours in a day, 2 plus 4 is 6. 60 seconds, that constitutes a minute, 6 plus 0. And 60 minutes, they equal an hour, 6 plus 0. 6, 6, 6. Seconds, minutes, hours. You may say, then what kind of time are we going to have? We used to do our time in base 10. And how can you start time off with seconds without a first? Because someone came here second. So we're operating on someone else's time because they came second to us. So our time was made up of moments, then it was made up of first, then first was the leverage for seconds. Hope you understand what I'm saying. Our time started off with first, pardon me, our time started off with moments, first, seconds, and so forth and so on. But someone started you off with seconds, so we say oxymorons like 5 seconds. Sounds like 10. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. Why we don't have 5 firsts and 6 firsts and 7 firsts? But no one questions why are we calling it seconds? And why does the time look like 666? The nursery rhymes sound like 666. But hey, can we just talk about codes? We're not saying the numbers are evil. We're saying that people put codes out there so they can communicate amongst each other to know that that's their work and their psychology that's being operated upon to the unsuspecting masses. But it may sound like, man, this dude, he just making up shit. Because that E-I-E-I-O stuff does come out of my mind. But hey, why I get upset with black people? Why I'm angry with them? Because we could get these nursery rhymes like, how did the nursery rhyme go? Rockabye baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. The cradle will rock, right? So let me ask you this. Wouldn't child services be knocking on your door if you really put your baby on a treetop and wait for the wind to blow for the cradle to rock? Who would put their child on a treetop and wait for the wind to blow for the cradle to rock? And this is the nursery rhymes, which sets the stage for you to be a bad parent subconsciously, with reckless abandonment. Do you understand what I'm saying? So here's the issue that I have with so-called black people. You've already been tricked. So when somebody goes out their way, when someone goes out their way to let you know that the lies are in, you suffer from cognitive dissonance, where you would postulate that, hey, maybe you need the lie more than you need the truth, and this person is the enemy because they're teaching you the truth. And this is what gets me upset with black people. That you love the lie, and you will attack the people who have the truth because you suffer from cognitive dissonance. Case in point. Case in point. the Virgin Mary. When we go into the New Testament, the word they're using for the virgin is Greek, and it means unmarried woman. And that's interesting if it means unmarried woman. Because then the Virgin Mary is an unmarried woman. She's an unmarried woman. And it doesn't mean never had sex, it means unmarried woman. Then Virgin Mary, or the virgin, the unmarried woman, there's no longer immaculate conception. So someone asked me, so is it black people's fault? And I can't help but to feel that this is a rhetorical question, because I feel like they believe that I'm saying it's black people's fault. And that's the question that'll cause us to digress. But I'll answer it. Hell yeah, it's black people's fault at some point or the other. Because when you are accountable, you always accept fault with you at the inception, so you can get better and so you can get stronger. So this is our fault, may not work for you, but it works for me because it makes me better. But I'm not about to go around here pointing the finger saying it's all y'all faults while y'all effed up right now. That's something you do for yourself to make you better. That's not really my responsibility. My responsibility, as I can see and how I envision myself, is to share truth. And your responsibility is to take heed to the truth when it comes to you. But at the end of the day, I'm basically saying I understand why it's so hard for people to invest in themselves. It's hard for people to invest in themselves. I gotta close that because it's dumb loud out there. It's hard for people to invest in themselves because they believe in all the mythos that has been presented to them by their slave masters. And they're so deeply entrenched in the mythos, and their lies and their psychology is deeply ingrained into their consciousness, that anything that starts making sense for the growth and the development for their race or themselves, they are naturally against. That's the problem. 45 days, score went up 65 points so far. Thank you, Shar, the life changer. Thank you for sharing that with the people. Shar, the life changer, said in 45 days the score went up to 65 points. That's what's up. So, you know, it's rough out here. It's rough out here when it comes to educating our people. It's quite the process. But at the end of the day, we do what we can, and we do what we must. But it's rough and it's frustrating because I want the best for our people. But their design, based on the program, is to be skeptical of their own people and entrusting to everyone else. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. And we have to figure it out. But anyway, you leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to purchase the $2,000 service to make sure you avoid the hell that's gonna come your way come 2020.
Hey, what are the odds? Because I just heard it changing the diaper. What are the odds for him to go into the virgin birth and be all wrong? So let's back it up. I hope he'll think I missed that. Let's back that up.
And your responsibility is to take heed to the truth when it comes to you. I'm not about to go around here pointing the finger saying, "Oh, I understand why," and it means unmarried woman. The word they're using for the virgin.
And he was trying, notice that he never said the word. His memory is faded, man. All those drugs he's taking or whatever he's doing, liquor, his memory ain't so good like it was before. He cannot recall the word.
New case in point, the Virgin Mary. We go into the New Testament.
What is the odds this guy touched on this? That's crazy.
The word they're using for the virgin is Greek, and it means unmarried woman.
Yeah, but what word is that? That's wrong. So I gotta throw this at you. I gotta throw this at you. That's wrong. That's wrong, Brother Polite. The word does not mean unmarried woman. You're talking about Parthenos, and it just means virgin. Okay? Hold on. Hold on. Man, where's the Polite video? Oh, it's let's be over here. No. Damn. Oh, I'm bugging. I forgot to put it in a separate window all to itself. Oh, no, I didn't, but I should have. Wow. Now I got to find the damn video. I don't even know the name of the video. Now check this out though.
You just need to think about it.
So this is the alleged shooter in YSL, who they calling YSL. This is his baby mama he was on the phone with.
MJ. All I'm saying, think about him. And yourself, but you can't be in there.
Is she crying for that?
Huh?
Why are you crying? Why are you crying?
I'm not crying. I'm not crying no more.
I need you to get that number from me, bro.
You act like you want me to call on three-way or something.
Nah, hell no. Hell no.
Okay, I mean, but how would you get the number? Like,
call on three-way.
This is number number. Oh wait, let me go home. No, her number says I can take that with the car.
What is they doing?
Right here.
Right, I told you what I said before I left.
Let's check it out now. Holy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the curious case of YSL. I told y'all, man. Pretty much YSL only gonna stand for Young Statement Life, or maybe Your Servant Life. Now, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much everybody's in a race to take a plea, and everybody got a statement to say. Now, I'm not going to sit here and try to litigate if that means they're snitching or not, but you use your brain, okay? Now, video has come out from a court recording that was played from a guy who was locked up, and essentially his baby mama saw everybody gonna taking a plea, and his baby mama got on his ass and said, yo, when you gonna take your plea? When you gonna cooperate? When are you gonna come over this side and come home to your kids? Now, it was so ironic because I posted this on Instagram, and everybody said, oh my God, this makes sense. Like, he's got to go home to his kid. Now, let me just tell everybody who likes to pretend that gangsterism only goes one way. When all these dudes, and by the way, this guy's supposedly accused shooter, when he was allegedly doing all these shootings, throwing up all them gang signs, running around, claiming like he's the toughest, he wasn't thinking about his kid then. Now, he is incentivized to think about his kid to throw other people under the bus. This is a problem with street life, okay? Because the people who encourage you to get into street life, by the way, and also, I hate to even go at the baby mama too, but I guarantee the baby mama the same type of girl who says she only like hood dudes. She only like a dude who told a strap. Who only like a dude who busts his guns. But once he get in trouble for busting his guns, yo, come home to your kids, just cooperate. This is the problem with street life. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know you're seeing pleas getting cut left and right. And essentially, we're hearing that not everybody's going to get off easy. We're hearing that Thug ain't going to get off easy at all. And all I'm going to say, man, this is a sad state of affairs. For everybody who talk about street code, street morals, keep it in the streets, those are the same people saying, well, he kind of wants to come home to his family. That's actually an honorable thing. Well, 6ix9ine had 2 kids. He was trying to come home to his family. Is he excused? I don't really care about the snitching stuff, but I love to see people move the goalposts and flip like a goddamn burger at In-N-Out, okay? Get in the comments, but you guys like and subscribe. Yeah, the baby mamas is telling the co-defendant, get to snitch and tell on Jeffrey Williams. Tell on 2hr30min, because you got to come home. We got some home-cooked meals here, and also, you got your kids here. Ain't that a bit? Get in the comments, but you guys like and subscribe. Check it out.
All right. All right. So that was interesting. I immediately play academics part. I got a quick game of chess, and so let me. Oh, this is funny right here. I'm gonna get back to polite in a second. This is funny. Check this out.
You can't be drinking alcohol in a public place. You got to bring that inside.
But I'm not drinking it, sir.
I just saw you. I can cite you for drinking alcohol. In a public
I put
place.
it back in the paper bag. Is it okay? I just put it back like this.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sweden. Please, officer, come on. I'm not drinking. I told you, there's nothing here.
Okay, quit playing around. You got to bring that inside.
Officer, come on. There's nothing in the bag. Watch here. I just told you. Have you been drinking, sir?
Yo, that was funny as hell. Watch this. This dude is good.
I'm going to bring you downtown. Look, is that yours? You got to bring that in too. And that's littering. I can cite you for that as well.
Officer, I just told you, I'm drinking Coke. I'm not drinking beer.
That's it.
Yo, that was.
Keep it moving.
Yo, that was hard, yo. Who is this dude, yo? You best believe I'm subscribing right now. And if y'all was smart, I don't care if it's one person in the chat. If you are smart, you'll subscribe to. Let me put that in the chat. Hey, yo, was that cool or what, Tone? Yeah, that's the chat. I mean, that's the link of that channel. Yo, that was cold, man. He set that up perfect. I'm not drinking liquor. I'm drinking Coke. Yo, that was hard. Yo, he put it in the paper bag. And he said, come on. Yo, he said, look, it's not there. He threw the bag. The cop looked like, where'd it go? Where'd my evidence go? I can't say he was drinking. I ain't got no damn bottle. Yo, that was cool as hell, bro. Yeah, I'm going to definitely be watching his stuff. Okay. Oh, he got the. Yeah, that is hard. Yeah, I always wanted to be a fake magician. I mean, like when I say fake, I'm respecting the crowd. I'm talking about I was a fake cheap. Now I was never one, but I'm saying if I was going to try to be a cheap edition of the magicians. I always wanted to do something that was cool. So if I see if it's cool, I was going to try to do it. Okay, so now I need to find. Here we go. So let's get back on this Virgin Mary stuff you're talking. So now he's trying to say this right here.
Case in point, the Virgin Mary. We go into the New Testament, the word they're using for the virgin,
and he don't even know it.
Greek, and it means
it's Greek.
Unmarried woman.
This guy said the word they are using, he don't tell us the word, he said it's Greek. and it means an unmarried woman. Now, I'm going to explain how this guy just made a big mistake here. That's why it's not good to rely on your memory, for learning. You need to just learn it. If you come to Unbiased Sports, you'll learn at least that much. Okay, so now look what he's trying to say. No. This is Luke. Okay, this is what he's trying to say. This is what he's trying to say. Okay, he's trying to say this right here. Okay, this is the actual word in Greek. Okay. Now I'm gonna do some magic. Let me do my magic. Okay, let me do my magic. Okay, so Parthenos, Virgo, Parthenos. What is Parthenos? What is Parthenos? Okay. So they got this from Athena, Parthenos. I don't even know much about this Greek guy. Okay, so Parthenos, as you can see, you're seeing for yourself. This was a term coming from Atheno-Parthenos. So Parthenos come from the Greek god Atheno-Parthenos. Now, here's the thing. Was Atheno-Parthenos an actual virgin without sex? This is just a sidebar, but this is my magic right here. This is my magic. All right, and look, I'm just off the top freestyling. Blah, 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 blah. I want to know, was this woman supposed to be a virgin? I thought I seen something. I'm just curious. Oh, it's right there. It said it right in front of me. Okay, Athena the Virgin. Okay, so you see, the Greek word Parthenos comes from the word, what comes from the Greek god, who is Athena Parthenos, who's an actual virgin in the mythology. Okay, this is an actual this is mythology. So that tells you that when they use Greek for Mary, virgin, when they use virgin for Mary, they're saying Parthenos, like Athena, virgin. Okay, that's the simplest way I can explain that. All right, and if that's not good enough for you, let's go here. No, that's not what I wanted. I want to go here. Should click this.
Strong's G 3933. Parthenos.
Parthenos. I gotta
Parthenos.
pronounce it right. Parthenos. Okay. Virgin, it could be a marriageable maiden, and it also can be a woman who has never had sexual intercourse with a man. Okay. So when Mary, so this is why most Hebrew Israelites will not argue that when it and we know it couldn't have been this because she was espoused to Joseph. This is why Brother Polite need to just stay with the scamming. Okay, so now when we go back, okay, so the angel, so I haven't had a Hebrew Israelite yet that will argue that this virgin does not mean without sex. Like they all will agree that that virgin means she was a woman without sex. How do we know that? Because when the angel came to her and told her, and behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb and bring forth a son and shall call his name Jesus. Okay. And verse 34, how we know she's a virgin at this moment. So then it says, then said Mary unto the angel, how shall this be, seeing I never had sex? So that's why we know that she's an actual virgin right here. And we know that Parthenos is from Athena Parthenos. Athena the virgin married the virgin, okay? 34 tells you that she's a virgin. I haven't met one Hebrew Israelite that would say she wasn't a virgin when the angel met her. So he met an actual virgin. But go ahead, polite, teach us.
And that's interesting if it means unmarried woman.
Okay, so he said, that's interesting. Now, this is the teacher, but this is polite. This is the guy who speaks all these different languages, right? 7 different languages. Now, he said, that's interesting if it means unmarried woman. He said, if it means unmarried woman. All right, now watch how this makes sense to polite.
Because then the Virgin Mary is an unmarried woman. She's an unmarried woman. And it doesn't mean never had sex, it means unmarried woman.
Okay, so he said it doesn't mean never had sex. Dude, if she's an unmarried woman who has sex, she'll be stoned. You dig? So this is, don't forget, we're talking about Jewish law and we're talking about the Bible. So they definitely gonna stone you. So whichever way polite want to go with this, dude, stick to scamming. If she's an unmarried, he says it means she's an unmarried woman, and it does not mean she never had sex. Well, according to the story, it does. But let's go with that. Further polite. If Mary is an unmarried woman who had sex, my boy should be dead. Okay? And so would the guy who had sex with her. They both be dead. But she would definitely be dead because these men in the Bible got it out for the women. Okay, so we know that made stupid sense. Like, man, what happened to you, bro? Damn, homie. So many years ago, you was the man, homie. What happened to you, man? Now you just sloppy. You sound like Farrakhan just recalling stuff that just make no sense. All right. So I think I have some more stuff. Hold on. Yeah, but y'all gotta admit, that was horrible. That's why, like, my best challenges are the Hebrews with this virgin stuff. They make me work. The Nation of Islam also believe Mary and Joseph had sex, and they believe Joseph is the father, but they are so stupid in the Bible. They like polite. They'll make the same mistake polite just did. Okay, so I'm dead ass. When I say Muslim, Nation of Islam, because Orthodox Muslims believe in the Quran, Mary was a virgin, actual woman without sex. And it's very clear there. It's clear in the Bible too, but it's super clear in the Quran. All right. Let me see what those videos I got for you. I think I got a video for you. I got a DUI. This is hilarious. Check this out.
We're not going to do that. Everybody's racism gets called out. You want us to practice some kind of weird racial? No, because what you want? No, because what you want is white privilege. That's called white privilege. No, I don't. I'm not. Yes, it is, sir. I'm not. We can't. You can sit here and criticize us for saying something you don't like, but we can't call out the vile anti-Black racism that comes from your community because it'll make people not like you. So that's a privilege that you're trying to employ, which is white privilege, sir. We ain't going for that. No, everybody's going to get called out. You're not going to get away with sitting up here practicing anti-Black racism.
Tariq, all I'm trying to do is
all you're trying to do is practice anti-Black racism, and
I'm
we're
trying
not
to
going
protect
for that,
Jewish
sir.
people from being shot, from being
and
genocided.
I'm trying to protect Black people from getting
So then
beat
how
down,
can Jewish
shot.
people and Black people work together to address the concerns that Jewish people have of certain people within the Black community espousing anti-Semitism, and simultaneously the concerns that Black people have about...
But how are you? You're trying to protect the anti-Black racists within your community. So how are we going to work together, sir? How's that going to work?
No, I'm not trying to protect. I want to root out that racism.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. If it opens up Jewish people to a literal genocide. If getting rid of racism at the behest of... Hold on. I mean, are you going to just...
No, because what you're saying is ridiculous. What you're saying is, hey, genocide them, not us. No, Nobody should be genocided. And we're not going to sit here and allow people to practice anti-Black racism. And then when we say, hey, we don't want that, well, you're the real anti-Semite and we're going to punish you and justify your group being punished. No, we're not going for that, sir. That's just anti-Black racism.
Tariq, that's not what I'm saying. I think we
that's
can have
exactly
a nuanced
what you're saying.
No, I want it
you're
to
not
be called,
calling
I
out.
want it to be.
You're not calling out the anti-Black racists within your community that practices real racism. Not just somebody saying something, not some bipolar rapper.
When someone goes in and shoots up a synagogue, it's not someone just saying something.
That ain't Black folks doing that. Go holler at the white supremacists.
But it's the rhetoric being perpetrated
no, it's
by
not.
Black
Stop
celebrities that's leading.
That it ain't. Stop with that lie that Black people are making the white supremacists racist. Stop it. Stop it. Kanye West is not making the white supremacists radical. Stop it.
This is another funny. Hold on. To your love. Hold on, in Vogue. Here's another funny.
Floyd Mayweather, welcome to the Lion's Den. Welcome to the Lion's Den. I am the lion. I am the lion.
All these biblical references, that's funny. Because I'm biased is on the Bible. I'm on the scene, I'm a detective, and now everybody, even Brother Flack, going back to the Bible. Interesting.
I'm the king of the jungle. This is called Manchester Mayweather. There was thought that you weren't going to come out here and face this crowd. What do you think of it, Floyd? I ain't scared of nothing. I love Manchester.
Yeah, that's why he's TBE. Muhammad Ali is GOAT because he has done what he has done. And this guy is TBE because he does things like this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep focused. But listen, and this, you guys all say this is a racist country, this is a racist world. Okay, if you really believe that, then you need to maximize off it. Okay, there's a stereotype that's placed on you. Okay, there's a stereotype placed on you, and that stereotype entertains non-Black people, going all the way back to the minstrel show. That stereotype entertains other people. They'll come out and they'll pay. Those minstrels, I think coming from 2hr30min channel, those dudes was like the Drake of their time, the Black ones. The Black ones made more than the white dudes that was doing the minstrel blackface. They became obsolete because the real Black people doing the dancing and singing. You dig? And they were like the Drake. I got it from 2hr30min channel. They were the Drake of the time. They were highly paid because white folks like to be entertained by what they think is entertaining from you. So now you can go now, and I'm saying entertainment. I'm not talking about scholarship or business. Entertainment, if you want to make it big in this country, you better fit the stereotype that's placed on you. Otherwise, you're not that entertaining and nobody's going to pay for you. Okay? Kanye West is entertaining. Like, he went too far, so he's done. But if you become dry, no sense of humor, nobody's going to. Busta Rhymes was entertaining. Nicki Minaj and her little things that she does is entertaining. Okay? And Dennis Rodman, what he was doing was he became a star after basketball. You dig? Like, come on. Most NBA players retire, especially just decent ones, just decent good ones. They retire and be never heard of again. Dwayne Wade is only relevant because of his son. Life, sexual choices. But Dennis Rodman became a star. He was in movies because he was entertaining. So these boxers that's after Floyd, they want to be like Floyd, but are not entertaining and won't do things like this. They'll never be there, no matter how great they are. They could be 50-0 with 50 knockouts. If you're not entertaining, if you're not going to fit the stereotype, which is you're supposed to be braggadocious, you're supposed to wear jewelry, you're supposed to have a lot of women, you know, the Jack Johnson. If you're not doing that, you kiss that fame goodbye. Okay, so now let me get rid of that. This damn Zoom meeting controller. This thing is annoying, man. I swear this thing is annoying. Okay, I gotta play this right here because no man was talking about this yesterday.
Today is a sad day because I gotta get out of character and put this on the internet, which I don't want to do. But I try to call my son. People say, why you call? I did. He don't call back. It's been months. So my question is to Romeo.
So now that I heard some Master P's standpoint, Romeo's a clown. And guess what? His circle are a bunch of clowns. What real friend will be confiding? What real friend, let me use a better word, a more fitting word, which will be leaning his shoulder to their hurt friend that's beefing with their father and be consoling them and pretty much allowing them to keep the disconnection, the beef. A genuine friend, and some of y'all can't relate because you were never that. You were never genuine to a friend. A genuine friend will not sit there and let you beef with your dad and be like the pillow. Oh yeah, now come over here. Let's. No. A real friend be like, especially when they know y'all was cool, especially if he knows, which he should, everything the dude dad did for him. You'd be like, yo, man, if you don't stop being a fucking coward, the dude is 37 years old. 37. He's not 20. He's 37 years old. He sound like 50 Cent's son, bro. And 50 Cent youngest son is younger. This dude is 37-year-old, had a whole career, entrepreneur and everything, and is acting like a straight clown, yo. I never heard Romeo's. I don't even know what he's mad at. This is the first video, and I listened to half of this one. This is the first video I watched, and I knew Romeo's wrong. Like, okay, I only got to hear Romeo.
You've been in the business for long as you've been in, and you're a 30-something-year-old man. And if you've been around me, watching me hustle and do
37, 30-something years old. So he's probably like 32, 30. My bad. I thought he said 37. He said 30-something.
My thing, why you not where you want to be at? Because that means you're not listening.
Right.
That means you want to do your own thing. You done brought your own circle of people. But you can't get mad at me because I really thought this was about, the only reason I entertain this on social media, I thought it was about the DJ Twitch post I put up. And I thought it was about my daughter's death. I thought you was grieving. Mental illness is real. But I want to tell all the people out there that just don't understand how bad my heart hurt. Romeo lost a sister, but I lost a daughter. And for any parent that's going through this, because I know that it brings people closer together or it tear them apart. But I come from nothing, y'all. And I could go back. I'm cool with it. I won't be angry.
Hey, yo, Master P is literally like a Joe Jackson in a good way to Romeo. You dig? He's really Joe Jackson. This dude made his son a star at his earliest possible. This dude was a star at like 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. Master P, y'all got to watch Master P's story. All the hustling and shootouts he got into in Magnolia Project before he was able to go ahead and make it. How many people died with him, with his journey. And his son is born with a literal silver spoon. This dude made us, listen, Master P just could have just raised his son like everybody else, spoiled him, sent him to college, or you want to be a rapper? Okay, when you like 18, whatever, okay, we'll try that. Master P got the dude successful early in his life. The dude was like bigger than Bow Wow. He became bigger than Bow Wow, man. Got a couple movies and everything. Yo, that is a coward. All of his success is due to his father. That is a coward. Like, he would have to say something like, I don't know the story. Okay, I don't know the story. But unless Master P stole his money, all of it, or molested him, it got to be something huge for me to listen to Romeo's side. It better be something like that. Where Master P stole his money, stole his rights, his music rights, all that type of stuff. Which how could he do that? That was all Master P's. Like, so I don't even, he couldn't lose that part. But let's say if Romeo had his own money, right? That was recognized as his own money, and Master P just went in his account and stole it. Then you have an argument. What could this crybaby Romeo could be arguing about, man?
Red gold, I won't be upset. I won't go get mad and be disrespectful to my parents and none of that stuff. I just said, Dad, thank you for putting me in this world. Now I can get out and hustle and go do my thing. But that's the problem. When you take kids and you kind of like protect them from the real struggle and the pain, and you don't allow them to deal with their own consequences. And then when they grow older, you never gave me nothing. At 30-something, man, people.
Yeah, Magnolia's is that Birdman and them? Magnolia. Yeah, but not but what he hit on right now was real. He said and this is a rich problem, this is a rich parent problem. He said the issue really was we protected him from the struggle. He never had to struggle. So therefore, all these handouts, all the handouts he got from his father and uncle, because Silk and they got bread, all the handouts he got from his father, he mistaken that as a struggle. Like he think when he got handed something, he think he fought to get it. Like it's almost like Santa Claus. Like when a kid writes Santa a letter or pray, whatever they do, and then they have presents on the tree, let's say they're like 6, 7 years old, they could mistake that and think that Santa really gave them presents and not really honor their mom, dad, and other loved ones. That's what happened with Romeo. He's getting so many handouts that he actually deluded himself to think to believe he worked hard for them, because he don't know what struggle is. So Romeo thinks, come on, Dad, I need $150,000. I'm trying to get this studio. And he finally and Romeo think because he had to beg and beg and beg for it, and then he finally got it. Romeo mistaken that as struggling. He mistaken complaining and begging his dad for a handout and finally getting it. He thinks complaining and begging is a struggle. And that's what Master P realized.
People go problem when you take kids and you kind of like protect them from the real struggle and the pain, and you don't allow them to deal with their own consequences. And then when they grow older, you never gave me nothing. At 30-something, man, people could go back and look. You've been shining for a long time, son. All you got to do is pick up the phone and call me or come to the house and holler at me. The saddest thing about this is what the people want to see. They want to see destruction. So if you destroy me, what are you going to do for the rest of the family? Are you going to take care? You told me on the post that you put up, you go take care of people in the community. That's what you're supposed to do when you come from that. You go help people. I'm just not helping ungrateful people. I'm not an ATM machine. People can't just say they love me when I give them something. I'm tired of that, y'all. And any other parents, you could be rich or poor at a smaller level. You might give your kid $10, but if that's all you got, I've always fell off, got back up, hustled, did my thing. I'm tired of all these blog sites and all this stuff, poking and having fun. Y'all can, but I'm about to go back to work and do what I got to do. I love my family. My door is always open for my son. To be honest, because we shouldn't have to go through this. And if I'm wrong, forgive me. I'm apologizing to you if I'm wrong. I'm still a work in progress. I come from nothing. Everybody go through trauma. I'm dealing with this right now, but I love going out into the community and helping people. That's the way I heal. Allow me to heal. I don't have to be sitting around moaning and crying and all. I can't get my daughter back. But I can get out there and keep a legacy going, keep a name going. So let's do this in love and let's do this in peace. Because this is what the system wants. Think about it. We stronger together. But you older now. So you got to lead by example for the rest of the kids. And we're going to get through this. I'm just telling y'all, keep y'all prayers. We need it. And God going to do what he got to do. You know, I'm not going to come on here no more. So bloggers and everything else is cool. Whatever you want to deal with Romeo. Whatever y'all think he's saying is true or whatever, that's cool too. I can live with it. I'm at peace now. I had to speak my piece.
Well. Yeah. I need to know the backstory. Like, what is that kind of ungrateful dog complaining about? What is that ungrateful dog complaining about? Okay, yeah, I want to see that. Okay, this is it right here.
On any medications?
You notice the last couple of lives, we really ain't doing any Bible. I just was titling the lives Bible, but I really didn't read any Bible like the last 3-4 lives.
1, 2, 3, and so on, all the way to 9. Okay? Remember while you do this to look at your feet, count your steps out loud, keep your arms down to your side, and once you start walking, don't stop until you completely finish the exercise, okay? You have any questions? I'm going to get you back into that position. So take your right foot, place it in front of your left foot. So
I actually watched this live, and the chat was asking questions, a whole bunch of white folks. And I was trying to answer their stupid questions. But when she got done, let me just finish.
Understand how to do it, you can begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You told me to go
just as I instructed.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. All right. You can stand pretty much right where you're at there. This time you're going to face me. What you do is put your feet together, place your arms down at your side. Stand just like that until I tell you what I want you to do, okay? When I tell you to start, I want you to raise one foot, either one of your choice, so that your foot is about 6 inches off of the ground, just like this. Point your toe out so the bottom of your foot is parallel to the ground. Look at that elevated foot and count out loud. 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop. If at any point you put your foot down, you pick it back up and continue counting from where you left off. Okay? And you'll count until I tell you to stop. Okay? Not yet. Do you have any questions for me? Okay. If you understand how to do it, you can begin.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006.
Make sure you look at your foot.
1007, 1008, 1009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022.
Okay, you can stop. Put your hands on your back.
Okay, so white people who all of a sudden had a heart for somebody getting locked up that they believe didn't deserve it. Just be funny as hell. How white people making me laugh. How they act like that they feel the same way when they watch one of their own, that they if they believe one of their own is done wrong, as opposed to one of not their own get done wrong. They be acting like, oh no, it's blind feelings, it's blind justice. Stop it. Okay. So some of these people, white folks in the chat was like, but she did good. Why you get locked up? And then another person, because I actually didn't play all of the sobriety tests, but before she even started, and I seen this before. This is Drip Drop. This is Crime Circus. This is the channel I'll be sharing it's an integration, the interrogation videos from, most of them, not all of them, because some of you different channels. But this is Drip Drop. His channel's called Crime Circus, and then he got Crime Circus Cult that got other videos on that one too. So anyway, I watched other no, it wasn't even him. It was the DUI guy, the DUI lawyer who I get all of my information from in regards to DUIs, the do's and don'ts when you're being pulled over. He showed a DUI, something like this, something similar. And the empathy and sympathy white folks have, because that was a white woman also that he showed. But the empathy and sympathy that white people have, be like amazed, like, yo, are you fucking kidding me? The worst she gonna get is a DUI charge. That's it. Then she go home. And yeah, ooh, no. Well, shit, don't watch a black person, don't watch a black person, please, Cam. I mean, they act like this woman, they act like the cop planted drugs on her. Oh, no. She's just nervous because cops can be intimidating. Oh, cops can be intimidating? So is that why young boys run? Because they're intimidated and they're black? And they probably think about their last experience with that same officer or somebody who looked just like his ass? So you don't factor all that when they're black. It just, why? You need to comply. You need to comply. Well, this bitch need to comply as well. She needed to comply as well. Okay? So before this whole even got started, these white people were saying, making up excuses for it. Yeah, cops can be intimidated. So anyway, so after they put the handcuffs on this stupid bimbo bitch, they were saying, oh, she did good. Even Drip Drop said she did good. Yo, y'all need to come out your feelings and stop being retarded and tune in to Unbiased Talk, Gloves Off, where I explain this. The fact that a police officer wants to even give you a sobriety test, that means he thinks you're already drunk, you fucking stupid person. So the chat was saying, damn, man, I'm sober and I could feel that. I'm like, yeah, stupid. Sober people can fail sobriety tests and drunk people can pass them. It goes both ways. That's why you don't take them. The fact that they even want you to do a field sobriety test, they was gonna lock her stupid ass up anyway. The bitch was very lethargic. She was blank stare. He already put the flashlights in her eyes. He didn't see her pupils dilating. She already had all the signs. So let me tell you what the sobriety test is for. It's not to see, I don't know, maybe you're not drunk, maybe you are. Let me do this test to like be the deciding factor. That's not why. The test is just for evidence for the court. So it's no longer his word versus your word about, well, she looked drunk to me. The test is for the court. It's so the prosecutor can have something to go on to get a conviction. To say, look, she did this wrong. Look at her eyes. Look at this. Look at that. That's what it's for. If you so-called passed it, you can't use that shit for you. So this bitch so-called passed it and she's still in handcuffs. That's because it's not about passing the field sobriety test. even sometimes passing a breathalyzer, your ass is going to jail. Okay? So it's not about this bitch doing good. And I ain't had nothing to drink. So I'm just giving her the same energy I gave the sister yesterday. That's all. So not about that. It's about the cop's hunch when he pulled her over. That was enough evidence. Swerving, doing this, you know, and another sign, indicator that a police officer think you're drunk. Not only are you driving without headlights at a certain time and day, but or certain time of night, but if you keep braking, do you know if you keep braking, that's actually illegal to keep braking. That's actually illegal. Or to even ride your brakes while you're driving. If you're coming to a stop, it's one thing, but if you keep braking, or if you ride your brakes and there's no immediate stop in front of you, that's illegal. You just broke a traffic law. So braking, and of course nowadays when you see the brake lights going off and going on and off, that's a great hint for what? Texting, right, nowadays. But before texting, like that was usually only known for drunk drivers. Somebody behind the wheel impaired. So you can't pass the sobriety test. You can only fail it. Okay, so she ain't necessarily fail it, but he already suspected her of being drunk and driving under the influence. That's where a stupid ass getting locked up and going to jail.
Well, it's what I do is I look for clues of impairment, okay? So there's certain things of following instructions.
I got a challenge for a disingenuous black man. He keeps saying what he taught and he brought the community, what he taught and he brought the community. I want to go bar for bar with him. What information he brought to the community as opposed to what I brought. And the competition is which one's information is more needed in Black society. What you bring or what I bring. Even my debates, we could introduce that. The Nation of Islam, the vaccine, we could bring all that. I'm saying everything I've done that I brought to the platform outweighs anything indigenous black men have brought. So I'll go tit for tat with them.
That I'm looking for, and I'm looking for clues of impairment on these exercises.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the best to do is buy some time to sober up before you take that breathalyzer. Yes, but believe me, so some of you might want to take this test. I wouldn't, and according to the lawyer wouldn't highly advise you take this test. But if you are actually drunk, like be honest with yourself, and you need to you need a couple more moments so that shit could drop. Like, cause maybe you're not super duper drunk, you just feeling it. Yeah, then you might want to fool around this. That would be smart, Tone. You might want to do the sobriety test since you're going to get the shit anyway, the DUI, because once you blow, you're done. So yeah, I would then do the sobriety test just to waste time, so this shit could kick out my system.
Here's my car. Do you have any pockets in this shirt or anything?
No. But may I call a lawyer?
You'll have an opportunity to call a lawyer.
Am I being arrested?
You are for DUI. You'll have an opportunity if you want.
I learned from the last video last night that they don't have to read you your rights if they're not going to ask you questions. Okay, so I found out, I didn't know that. I found out yesterday that the Miranda rights is only if they're going to ask you questions or some type of violation, like something like that, where you could incriminate yourself. That's when they have to read you your rights. So if they're asking you questions, so just keep in mind, family, if they're asking you questions and you have not read your rights, okay, you're most likely going to there's a good chance that you beat that charge, whatever they're arresting you for.
I would like to call an attorney.
We don't provide an attorney right here at the street. You can get an attorney down at the jail. You can call.
Yeah. Are you going to jail?
Here on the street, that's not how it works. Okay.
Yeah, Yeah, she really thought her lawyers were gonna meet her at the gas station and talk to the cops and bargain and get her home.
I'm not lying to you. This is all on video. This is all recorded, okay? I have no reason to lie to you. That's not how we do things, okay? Have a seat. $672.15. That's the key. Okay. You're able to get a ride home?
Yes.
You're gonna call somebody? Okay.
I'm just gonna pack up my stuff.
Yeah, is it easier if you get out and get it? You can get out and open one of these doors so you don't have to haul it over the seat.
Oh no, I'm just like
I just want to make sure what you're taking is yours, okay?
No, we're roommates.
Oh, okay.
We're roommates.
Is this her purse and stuff, or is this yours?
Yeah, no, this is hers, but I just want to grab her important stuff.
Like a computer? Let me just
Yeah,
let me just talk to her first,
Yeah,
okay?
go ahead.
Is it that's your roommate? Is it okay if she takes like your valuable stuff out of the car? Yeah, you can get her valuable stuff out. Did she? Oh, is that her phone? Yeah, it's probably best if I take her phone.
Yeah, I wish I could get. Let me just text somebody.
Sure.
Where's my number?
Does she have a purse with her?
No, just take her phone. She'll be fine.
Okay, she'll be able. If she has a purse and credit cards and stuff, she'll be able to bond herself out. Does she have a credit card with her somewhere?
Yeah. Let me call, actually. This one?
Is there another one in there?
No, that's a good part.
Okay, just this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna take off.
I'll see you later, Joe.
Thanks. She's gonna go to Orient Road.
Huh?
She's gonna go to Orient Road.
Orient Road?
Jail on Orient Road. She'll be able to be bonded out in 8 hours. 8 hours from right now.
Is there anything we can do?
No, because with this charge, they hold her for a minimum 8 hours. So nothing can happen before 8 hours.
Uh-huh.
Was it 8 hours from now or
Yep, 8 hours from now. Yep.
Okay, so 10 in the morning we can meet her where to pick her up and bail her out?
The Orient Road jail.
Orient Road jail.
Yep. Everything goes through Orient Road. Yep.
I love you. Can you
Any
tell her
questions?
that?
Yeah. We talk to her?
Baby, I love you. You're call, strong. get my phone and call Kyle. I called Kyle. Look, Bill, you are Max and Kyle. Oh, I don't have Max's number. Just get Kyle. I got Kyle. You're strong. I love you. I love you. Kyle. I'm getting Kyle. Kyle's with me. I got his number. I gave them your number, your card. Where's my phone? Where's my phone?
I got your phone and I got a credit card. You probably want your phone.
I have my phone and my card on me right now. Yeah, no,
I've got it.
Right, but like, those are my personal possessions.
Yeah, but you can't have them in the back seat.
You'll be fine, baby. We'll see you, okay? Be good. I love you. Be good. Stay strong. Yeah, no. We'll be there in the morning, baby. Yeah, no, just pick me up.
Oh, just make sure to keep up. So you got a ride?
Yeah, no, I'm moving home.
Oh, okay, yeah. How far you guys live?
Literally, like, near Cummings.
Oh, it's not too far then.
Up. Yeah, you want to drop me off?
You'd have to. Yeah, you don't want to wait. It'd be a while. I have to wait for an inbound.
Okay, can I just sit in here?
Yeah, you can wait here. You know how the trunk opens?
You just gotta hold it.
Oh, you just gotta hold it?
Yeah, hold it. Stuff in the back. Might need. What, baby? Yeah, she's
oh, there we go.
Oh. Yeah, my clothes.
We just got to make sure. I mean, everything is going to stay in here for the most part.
We live together.
I mean, if you want to take something out, by all means. But I mean, she'll be able to pick the car up.
No, we just live
today.
together.
Actually,
I just would want my stuff.
We just make sure it's like high dollar value items. Just make sure everything's all right. Sir, what are you doing, buddy?
I've worked with the young lady.
Oh, so you know her?
I've worked with her.
I'm just asking, do you know her?
Well, that's why I was checking.
Oh, okay.
If she was good.
Okay. Oh, yeah, she's fine. I just didn't know who you were.
Sarah, since you don't want to do the breath test, I got to read you something, okay? Can you hear me? Okay. I'm Officer Barr of the Tampa Police Department. I'm now requesting that you submit to a lawful test of your breath for the purpose of determining its alcohol content. If you fail to submit to the test I've requested of you, your privilege to operate a motor vehicle will be suspended for a period of 1 year for a first refusal, or 18 months if your privilege has been previously suspended as a result of a refusal to submit to a lawful test of your breath, urine, or blood. Additionally, if you refuse to submit to the test I have requested of you, and if your driving privilege has been previously suspended for a prior refusal to submit to a lawful test of your breath, urine, or blood, you will be committing a misdemeanor. Refusing to submit to testing is admissible as evidence in a criminal proceeding. So do you understand that? Yes. Okay. So you don't have a prior refusal on your record, I don't think. I looked. Are you from another state? No, sir. Okay, so you've got a pretty clean driving record. So that second part of that doesn't really apply to you. What would apply to you is the 1 year suspension for the refusal. You still want to refuse? Okay. I'm going to put the name of the towing company in here so you know where to go get your car. It'll be in your property, okay?
Yeah, you don't want your car impounded. That shit, you'll never get that shit back.
We'll go right this way. All right, you're gonna have a citation in your property. It'll be your DUI citation. It'll serve as your driving permit for 10 days. So you can drive for 10 days from today. You can also go apply for a hardship license. You have to go to like a DHS&B office and get a business purposes license, okay? Until you figure out what's going on, if you're gonna retain an attorney for the case.
Well, what'd you think? Drunk or not? I'd like to hear your opinion down in the comments section. Please smash the like button. Please consider becoming a member or Patreon member. On Patreon, you can earn free merch along the way. But regardless, it's just to help support this show, pay for the public records, and put the show together and release it for you. We've got a lot more content coming on both channels. Make sure the bell notification's turned on. And until next time, remember to stay safe out there because you know it's a dangerous world.
My bad. I was playing chess. I lost a couple games. I'm pissed off. All right. Oh my God. I wasn't sharing my screen that whole time. Oops, sorry. Wait, no, I had to be. Well, y'all seen some of it. All right, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I got some funny interrogations. Who be watching stuff like this? Yeah, I do it all, man.
Every site, page, service, and even downloads to make sure that it's all safe. There's currently a December Christmas bonus going on at my link in the description, guard.io/scambaiter, which will get you a discounted protection plan with a 7-day free trial for up to 5 devices. And this way you can ensure that your grandparents, for example, won't fall prey to the scams either, as Guardio and I will continue working together to keep up with new scams and ensure its user safety. Again, this special winter deal is only available through my link, guard.io/scambaiter. So make sure you protect yourself and your loved ones from scammers and hackers today. Anyways, I was just talking about how much money these guys make, and part of that information came from a file server that I managed to infiltrate through one of the employees' their machines. Especially if you are sharing confidential files like a folder that reads "Do not open," it might not be a very good plan to let regular employees access this folder on a hackable machine. Because her machine was turned on quite frequently and she logged in with full permissions, I was able to just connect to the server through her computer, where I found over 143,000 files that together contain more than 100 gigabytes of confidential data. This is a serious breach in the company's network and privacy, as the first few files I clicked on already showed me stuff like ID cards, past photos of every scammer with their full name and date of joining, the scammers their rent bill, employment terms, and blacklisted employees. Just to show how detailed everything in this pile of data was, let's take an example of one of the blacklisted employees. We can see that a few people are not welcome anymore to scam in this place for a variety of reasons, including leaking the company's data, damaging property, breaking company rules, cussing out victims, misconduct, molesting, and espionage.
Yeah, molesting.
If we take one of the more brutal cases that a guy named Ranjan is apparently responsible for, I could easily look up this guy's past photo to find out what he looks like, and I was also able to locate all of his information in an Excel spreadsheets file. The information leak was not just...
It's a hacker's channel. He be hacking into hackers' systems. No. He be hacking into scammers' systems. It'd be hilarious.
for this one molester, but also for about 4,000 other employees that have ever worked for this company. To give two more examples, the guy that we saw earlier who finishes most of the scam calls is documented right here, and the most successful scamster, Susanna Sherpa, was also once photographed for this folder. If I were to discuss all the 143,686 files I downloaded, this video would probably be about 40 hours long, so it's...
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, so...
Blaming black people.
Yeah,
blaming
because all
black
these,
people
all these,
for blaming
I'm
black
not
people
blaming,
for white
I'm not
supremacy.
Hold on.
The way Skip Bayless emasculated Brother Shannon.
Yeah. These guys be just the way he emasculated. Yo, this is mental illness right here. This is mental illness.
I have my issues with Shannon, but I didn't like it. And Shannon Sharp, if you listening to me, my brother,
He's not.
I'm not here to criticize the day.
Wait, he ain't listening.
I want you to leave that show.
Yeah. Leave the show, become broke like you, and impolite. You're always out and about, looking, never with a stable place. Sure. This is Malcolm X receiving a $20 donation from a guy named George Lincoln Rockwell. Let's see who George Lincoln Rockwell is. George Lincoln, wait, what does he look like? Red, look over here. What does he look like? Okay, this is George Lincoln Rockwell. He was an American far-right political activist and founder of the American Nazi Party. So don't y'all stupid niggas ever talk about, well, Margaret Sanger visited KKK. This dude is accepting a donation from a well-known, popular, this says alt-right. I'm sorry, it says far-right. Where's the alt-right? It says far-right. He's far, he can't come back. He's far to the right. He's done. Complete racist. American, he's the founder of the American Nazi Party. And when you join these cults like the Nation of Islam, like you are brainwashed to believe that the KKK are your allies because both of y'all got a crazy pseudo doctrine. Y'all both say crazy shit about each other, and y'all both want a separate state from each other. So they believe. So stupid 9th grade, 3rd grade dropout logic is, wow, they're the white version of us. We could live with them. So listen to this. Malcolm X was wrong for this one.
For separation, should I come down? What should I come down to? $20. Oh, that's a $20. Thomas J. from Hartford, $20. I should get a whole lot of $20. $20 from who? George Lincoln Rockwell. Go to heaven.
What did Malcolm X say? $20 from who? George Lincoln Rockwell. Wow, Malcolm.
$20 from who? George Lincoln Rockwell. Go to heaven.
Now, why are they all smiling? Because somebody white.
Wait a moment. Got $20 from George Lincoln Rockwell, and you got the biggest hand you ever got, didn't you, Mr. Rockwell?
You got the biggest hand you ever got. So he sat there. They got a white person in attendance, and they're out there giving this a white racist from the Nazi Party donating money for this black college's cause. And that's a shame. All right. So I got a guest coming in. Hold on. It's about to go down. Yeah, so I'm gonna put everybody back on mute as we further the discussion. Hello, how are you? Hello?
Okay, it says it's streaming live on YouTube.
Yeah, we have.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we have Bible studies. Hello. Yeah, we have Bible studies going on every other Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Are you believers of the Bible or Quran? Hello. Are you shy?
Let me turn this off because I don't want to type. Hello there.
Do you hear me loud and clear? Hello?
Is there anyone in attendance? Question mark.
All right, can you hear me now? She can't hear me. Hello, can you hear me? I see my microphone up and down.
No. Turn my volume up. Okay. Shit, turn this volume up, Gabby. The volume is up. I wonder why.
Are you able to hear me?
Oh, okay. I'm beginning to be able to hear you. Can you say something one more time?
Yeah, you might want to turn your volume up because sometimes people turn their volume down for different things, maybe work. Maybe
turn the fan off for me. I can hear you. Turn it off for me. I can hear you.
Yeah, so I was telling you earlier that you didn't hear me. I said we have Bible study classes from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday's like open discussion. Okay, so you know the Bible been on the hot seat for the since Kanye. When I say Bible, I mean the people of the Bible, right? Been on the hot seat since Kanye has exposed people to that direction, and Kyrie they kind done something some years ago. So we've been talking about various things, right? And but lately we've been dealing with doctrine because we understand that there's a lot of doctrines that come from this one book, and we scratch our heads because we're like, the book is in English, and most of us that read the book, we read and write English, and I would like to assume that we have some type of decent comprehension level. So how are all these different interpretations coming from an English book that just requires a basic comprehension?
Are you asking me that?
That was rhetorical. Like that was the question before you. That was the question of the month, basically.
Okay.
But I'm gonna extend that question to you.
You said, why is it so many different interpretations?
Right. Over a Bible that's in plain English.
Well, I'll give you my analogy of why I believe it's that way.
Yeah.
I believe it's that way because of the fact that the Bible has been translated and transliterated. And I'm speaking of in English at this particular time because we're dealing with an English book, us in the United States. So now when they read the book, they're going to read the book as though they're reading a regular textbook. But the Bible informs you that there is a message in there. He says, search the scriptures like you're searching for a hidden treasure. So now the words that the Europeans are using, and I'm speaking from my interpretation of the scriptures, what the Spirit tells me.
Yeah.
The words that are in the Bible, even though they're saying what they're saying, they're actually saying something else because the Bible is talking in a metaphorical, symbolic, allegory, simile type of way. That's what it's doing. Like, I'm going to use an example. I ain't going to try to control the conversation, though. I'm going to let you go on and do most of the talking, but I'm going to have to say that.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the Bible, it tells you, it starts off telling you about the creation. And it says, in the beginning, the darkness was over the watery deep. You familiar with that scripture?
Yeah, Genesis 1. I think one and one.
Okay, now right there, there's an indicator there because after he says that, he says, and I said, let there be light. And he says, and it was good. Now that right there tells you if he says it was good, then there was something bad there at first. And the badness was the darkness over the water, because water in the Bible is given reference to a lot. The Messiah is the source of living water. Okay, that water represents truth. So now when you put darkness over the truth, it's letting you know that Satan right there, he already existed before God even created humans. It said darkness was over the watery deep. So now let there be light. And the light represents the Messiah to cast light into the darkness. And how do I know? Because I go to every precept, line per line, precept upon precept, and it brings to the light that you'll hear people in their moaning. They keep saying, rescue me from the dark waters, rescue me from the watery deep, because that watery deep symbolizes turbulent times, evil stuff going on that you're going to be going through in your life because of the presence of the devil. And I'm not lying. In them scriptures, they're going to keep talking about the water and how it rescued me from this murky water. And I know you recall when the disciples were in a boat and the Messiah walked on the water. Yeah. Well, he wasn't actually walking literally on the surface of the water. It's a denotation that he is calming the turbulent times. And they like us. See, they were still sinners. They still drinking milk. The disciples, that's why they cleave to him like lost sheep, because they trying to learn. So in their learning, you know, when you learn in the scriptures, the devil is always going to be throwing obstacles in your way, something to mess you up. So they were, because they tell you they was arguing among themselves. So see, they already got something going on with them. And the Messiah is coming to calm all that, because see, now they done fell asleep in sin. So when he walks on the water, he's calming the water, because in the Bible, it operates on two sides of the spectrum, but people call it twofold. But it's this. The Bible concentrates strictly on evil and good, period. When it talks about Cain and Abel good, Cain ain't. Talk about Esau and Jacob, Esau not good, Jacob's good, Esau's not. And that's what the Bible wants. That's the main function of the Bible, that evil and good. So on two opposite sides of the spectrum, the Bible is letting you know everything that I say spiritual to you that is in truth, the devil is going to make a generic version of it. So you're going to have to be careful when you study in that Bible. Like, I'm going to mention one more thing with the Esau and Jacob. Yeah. When they say he was red, people took that during this corona stuff and ran with it and said, they Arabs, they white people. That's what the red mean. But no, red is signifying that person's character. See, because red on the good side of the spectrum can represent the blood of the Messiah that he spilled for the ransom sacrifice. That's something good. But red on the opposite side is that red horse that's riding around, represents war and all that ugly stuff. So it's just letting you know the character of all of Esau's descendants, how they gonna be. They gonna be in the red zone. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I understand, and I understand why you said, similes, allegories. But wouldn't the statement be more this way? When you said the Bible, wouldn't it be you believe the Bible is in similes and allegories? Because those same verses that you read, and that was your understanding, of a second message, right? Other people that read the Bible will take that as literal. Like, even if you go back to Peter and the boat, the ship with Jesus. When Jesus is walking on water, people take that as what it is, because it also says that Jesus told Peter to come onto the water. And when Peter, matter of fact, when Jesus was walking on water, when Peter seen him, Peter thought he was afraid. He thought he was a ghost. He thought Peter was a ghost. I mean, he thought Jesus was a ghost because he was able to walk on water. And then he said, "No, you come on out here too." So he had Peter out there walking on the water too. And Peter got scared, but he was actually happy. But once his faith dropped, he sunk into the water. So that's why some people would take that as literal, as just what the story says.
Well, it's like this. They can't really be taking it no kind of way. You have to take it for what it is. I'm speaking for me, from what I'm saying. If I'm saying something out of scriptures, I'm not gonna be saying nothing out of my own mouth. I mean, I'm gonna look and I'm gonna study it. And anything that I say pertaining to the scriptures, I'm saying it because I have studied it and I know for a fact that's what it's saying. Like, for instance, that scripture in Revelations where they take that his head and his hair was white as snow.
Right.
I said they not paying attention because it said his head and his hair was white as snow. Nobody walks around with a white head.
Exactly, but don't forget it said like snow, right? It was white like snow, so it was like a comparison.
Right. And then it say his hair was white like wool. Then it go, let me see, his hair was like white as snow, and then it go like wool. Now, when it say like wool, it's just giving you more clarity as to the whiteness that it just reflected on. So now I go, and what I do this. When it said like wool, I go on the internet and I pull up a sheep. A real sheep before man tampers with his fur. I need to know what that fur looked like, the whiteness of it. Now, when I look at that whiteness, it doesn't take me into no nappy hair. It takes me into the glory of the Messiah. Because see, this is what it's talking about, his head, because remember the Messiah is the head of man. He's the head. That's why it's mentioning his head being white. His head and his hair were white as snow, like wool. Now, wool comes from sheep, and we lost sheep. So it's losing sheep because that's who we are.
Yeah. So that part you would be correct if you were saying that was a sign. Like, now that wasn't literal. You're right. For those, so there are certain stories that are just literal, and there are certain stories that's not meant to be. So that you're right about that particular one. People did make a mistake. People did make a mistake. That's because they're reading the Bible trying to insert something there. And when they think they found something that they can insert their bullshit in, then they'll insert it there. And then they pulled out a black Jesus. No different than a white person pulling out a Caucasian Jesus. You're right. But can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to show you something. I'm going to go right there where you were mentioning. Okay, let's go right there. So that's Revelations 1 and down to like 13, 14. So so I had a couple brothers come on here that believe that I was talking about an actual description of Jesus. I said, nah, that's far from the truth. So the first thing you got to look at is verse 13, where it says, in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed. Now this is the key part. He's clothed with a garment down to the foot. That means you're not going to see his damn feet. So when they describe his feet, they're talking about the garments, the boots still. They're not talking about his literal bare skin, because the garment goes all the way down to the foot. So
before you even go any further, read that again.
In the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Now, you know what I hear right there? I know what garments represent in the Bible. And when it says garments, it doesn't literally mean like I put on my clothes every day and get dressed, because the Bible tells you to put on your full suit of armor. And when you think of armor in the real world, that's a source of the protection for soldiers, so something can't penetrate them and kill them. Now, I'm going to think about it on the spiritual side.
Yes, that's a battle uniform. Yeah, okay.
Okay, now, if I clothe myself in a spiritual sense, because the Bible tells me to clothe myself in a suit of armor, He's not telling me to go out to the store and buy a real armor outfit. He's telling me to clothe myself in righteousness, to put on him as a source of protection. So when you say he was clothed and it was down to his feet, it's telling you that from the top to the bottom, he covered. He's protected against sin from the top of his head to the tip of his feet. That's why you can't see them, because none of his flesh is exposed to corruption. It's all covered. That's what the Spirit tells me. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm telling you that. And if you take that scripture you just read me and go to the precepts, it's going to probably say exactly what I just said. Even the one where we was just talking about the walking on water. If you go to the precepts, it's going to allude to him stomping out sin. It's not going to talk about him actually, because see, the boat is supposed to have been some protection for them, but it wasn't because of their personalities, because all the disciples were infallible. They had issues, because see, I looked them up. They had things going on with them. See, because like, you remember the ones that were doing the fishing, Peter and somebody, they was fishing, but when they were fishing, they weren't actually fishing with a fishing rod. They were fishing for human beings, but on the bold side of the spectrum. Like, say they was members of T.D. Jakes' church, and that's false teachings, but they supposed to be with the Most High. Now they out there fishing for humans, teaching and lecturing them on falsities. That's why the Messiah said, "Come, let me make you fishers of men," because in retrospect, we're in that dark, murky water that the Bible mentions in the beginning when it tells you, "Let me make you fishers of men." It's like you about to draw them out of that dirty, murky, sinful water. They all were sinners, but the Father used them because apparently their heart conditions were not as corrupted as most men, humans be. So he used them as tools. And they were getting unadulterated milk at the time. And the longer they stay with the Messiah, they would have been eating the meat. You get the meat. Give me the meat of this now. I done already learned the rudiments or the basics of the Bible. Now give me the meat, the main substance of the Bible. That's why he says, my meat is to do the will of the Father. And that word meat was taken and abstracted out of the Bible by Europeans, because meat used to be spelled M-E-T-E, but the Europeans changed it to M-E-A-T and made it pertain to actual flesh, the eating of flesh. But M-E-T-E is the same, it's feeding you food, but it's spiritual food, a form of correction. That's why he say, my meat is to do the will of the Father. I'm on a mission to save lives. But now the white man got us thinking meat mean to devour animals, and I truly don't believe that we're supposed to be eating meat at all. Why would the Creator create such beautiful creatures, human beings, all this stuff, just for us to sit there and eat them like cannibals? No, that's something the white people have taught us. We supposed to be on straight up vegetables and fruit. That's it. That's why we dying, because they're feeding us meat that they doing stuff to. Even the fruits and vegetables, they spraying stuff on it, but we supposed to be growing our own stuff in our own backyard. But you know how the white man got it with it. Y'all ain't. Y'all got to get our permission to do all this type of stuff. But that meat eating stuff,
Yeah, but you're right. But you know, it's funny that the people I know who got gardens, they spray stuff in their own food because they realize that the insects and the rabbits and the raccoons, they're gonna eat. You ain't gonna have nothing left. You know what I mean?
Can't you put some chicken wire over it? You can put your little chicken wire over it, and
that's not gonna stop the insects though. The insects are still gonna get in there and do
I'm pretty sure. Now think about what you're saying. Humans gotta eat. So just say all the way back in biblical time when the disciples found, they was eating some type of food. And I'm pretty sure it was vegetation and stuff. Okay, now the herbicides and pesticides wasn't out back then. This is all stuff that humans made. And see, we're consuming that. Because I went to school and I know that herbicides and pesticides become part of the genetic makeup of whatever you spray it on because it goes through your skin. Just like medicine, do. If you got a sore on your arm, they give you some cream to rub on, you look up, the sore be gone because it has penetrated the dermis and the epidermis on your body. Same thing with fruit. It's sucking in everything you put out there, it's going in there. And what the white man knows is this. It's going to take some time for that to break their body down. If they keep eating them apples over the span of 20 years, eventually they're going to have cancer. And they're not going to know where they got it from because we get cancer agents in everything they eat. We put something in it. Yes, so eventually, these people going to be falling dead. It's just a regeneration over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's wild. So here is the verse.
Mm-hmm.
This is what got everybody going opposite ways. This is Job chapter 1. This is verse 6. It says, now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. So everybody was split, okay, on who are the sons of God. So I want to hear your take on that.
I know who the sons of God are. First of all, the Messiah is the son of God because the Bible say it flat out. And I can give you the scripture on that. Then the angels that were created opposite him, they are sons of God. Sons of God are anybody or any spiritual creature that is living their lives in accordance with them scriptures. They walk in that walk. Once you become out of the dark and you come into the light, you are being regenerated. You being resurrected. You're being brought into the light. See, resurrection, they think you're gonna die for real, gonna bring you back to life. That's the part where it's talking about eternal life. But that part, what you're talking about, the sons of God, that's angels, the Messiah, and us. Like if I start living my life in accordance with those scriptures, I'm called a son of God. Now in the Bible, sons of God are used interchangeably to extend out to both males and females, just like daughters of Zion. Doesn't mean it's just women. It's men too. When the Bible talks about women, see, because I be seeing them ICUI people, they be dogging women out according to the scripture. But see, women denotes a church. When that Bible talk about women, it's talking about a church. Like it might say, and he profaned himself with a woman. It's not talking about he profaned himself with Tanya Brown around the block. It's talking about they went and profaned themselves with another teaching. Because that's what the Bible is talking about. That's why I say the whore, the harlot. The Bible is talking like prostitution and sex, like not like we do out here. Wait a minute, let me cough. Okay, I'm with the Most High. One day I have a friend come over and they start talking some influential stuff. And they say, why don't you come over here to this congregation because they doing this and that. And I worm on over there. Now, right now, I'm about to commit a sin. And that sin is about to be called adultery because the Messiah is Israel's husband, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Israel is latent as a woman, right?
Yep.
Okay, but it's a whole lot of members, both male and females, that comprise that woman. Now, if any part of Israel leave out that fold and go off into something else, now you about to commit adultery against the Most High. That's why he be saying they have committed adultery. See, because now you're marrying into another belief. Okay, so now when he say don't let your sons and daughters marry them, this is what he's saying. I ain't talking about your literal sons and daughters. I'm talking about if you a son of God, you better not be marrying the daughters of men. See, he gonna call them daughters now because he calling you sons of God, even though we males and females. Daughters of men is males and females too. Daughters of men constitute the sinful worldly people out here. He telling you, my sons of God, you better not marry into these daughters of men. Don't go over there to them sinful people. And what he mean by marriage, he's not talking about you're going to go over there and slip a ring on their finger. It means I'm going to go over there and start hanging out with them. I'm going to go to their churches. I'm going to believe they beliefs. I'm starting to marry into them now instead of back over here with the Messiah. I'm somewhere else. indulging in a sinful act. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
And anything I'm saying, I'm telling you, it's in the Bible. That's not. I moan sometimes, not literally crying, but when I'm on the internet and I listen to these people here, I'll be like, oh my goodness, they really not seeing this. And see, the Father, he opens whose eyes he want to open up. It's probably pertaining to our heart condition when he reveals those secret things to you. And I know I ain't crazy.
I just got one thing. One thing. So everything you did sound good except for one thing.
What?
So I'm gonna go to Hebrews chapter 5, because when we're talking about the sons of God and Satan presented himself, I want to see how you're gonna look at this one. Because you said we're all sons of God. The Messiah was the son of God, and you said the angels are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
not Satan's corrupted angels. They're not the ones.
No. I'm talking about holy angels.
Okay.
So when you go to Hebrews, right now, share my screen, chapter 1. Okay. God, he said, he's talking about all these great things in verse 1. And then verse 3, he says, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power. And then it says, when he had himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high. And then it says, being made so better than angels, as he had by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. And then verse 4, it says, for which of the, it says, verse 5, it says, for which unto which of the angels said he at any time that you are my son? So this is saying that he never told an angel they were their son. Then it says, and when did he tell the angels he has begotten thee? He said, and again, I will be to him a father. And so he's saying, when did God ever tell the angels, you are my son, I have begotten you, and I will be your father, and you'll be my son? So that's the only disagreement. This verse 6 says, and again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he said, and let the angels of God worship him. So he was saying the sons of God could be everybody but angels.
Now you want me to go back and say what that say to me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back up. Being made so much better than the angels. Now we talking about the Messiah, because he's not on the same level. And you know why he's made so much better? Because he's made in the exact image of the Father. He was made directly by the Most High. He is the exact epitome. He is in his exact image. That's why he gives him the right to be the speaker, to talk to the people, because he's outstanding beyond them. So really, he's not an angel, but you could call him an archangel because he's in control of them. They got to worship him. The archangel, the main honcho. Okay, now let me jump on it. As he has by inheritance obtained a more excellent name. And he has inherited because of the way of his character. He's like his father. For unto them, which of the angels did he say at any time, thou art my son? Now he asking you a question right there. He's saying, which of them angels? Because see, he's not on the level of the angel, but he's still letting you know in that sentence that he's an angel, but he's over them. So he got to be arch. He's asking you, which one did he say that to? Thou art my son. In the Bible, he tell you when he was being baptized at the Jordan River by John the Baptist, the dove came down and he said, thou art my son, who I have accepted. He talking to the Messiah. So right there, that answer that question. Who did he say that to? He said it to the Messiah. Then he say, this day I have begotten thee. Because he did. He begot him as being the one to speak truth, because the dove came down. It's like saying, yeah, I approve you. And again, I will be to him a father, because he's the father. Because he's the son of God. That's who he is. And he shall be to me a son. That's why he called a son of God. That's what he's telling you right there. He said, who did I say that to? I'm asking, who did I say you gonna be my son and I'm gonna be your father? He wants you to answer the question. He's not saying it on the opposite side, like most people saying it, like, I ain't said that to nobody. Who I say that to? I'm asking you because I ain't said that to nobody. No, he telling you, I said it in the scriptures, And if you really eating them scriptures, you should know the answer to this question. Who did I say was my son and I was their father and was the only begotten? Who? You gonna know who it is, because he above these angels. He's the archangel. He's in command. Because right down there it says, he has and let all the angels of God worship him, because he's above them. And if you look up archangel, it's gonna tell you that is above all the angels, archangel. That's basically what that's saying. And if you go to the precepts, it's gonna say that. Then you just had something up here and said, yeah, and the disciples came and they was in a meeting with the Most High, and Satan presented himself. This is what he did. This is talking about humans. That's like me and you and the Israelites group together, and we go out here and we start talking to the Most High. We just start praying to him or whatever. In the midst of us praying to him, the devil presents himself. It's not like he walked up and stood right there. The Father tells you, wherever there are two, I will be in the midst. Same thing with the devil on the opposite side of the spectrum. When you try to get close to God, the devil gonna make himself present too in your life. It's just saying his presence is there. It could have been his presence was there because he came and he's on looking, or his presence was there because it was seen in some of those people that call themselves disciples, but they really ain't. Like that scripture say, well, you say you are Jews, but you really are something of the synagogue. See, they probably ain't even practicing real truth. They got their agenda is hidden. But God let you know, and Satan was present, because he know he can see through them, and he know he see that Satan is in some of them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how he was present. He didn't walk in like, I'm sitting down in this chair next to y'all because I want to see what y'all talking about. No, he's present in some of them.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Go look at the precepts and watch. It's gonna say that. It's gonna be going. I don't know. I know that the Father talks to me. I know it might sound crazy. I used to hear people say that when I was younger. I'm like, they tripping. But I'm not saying he coming with a voice whispering in my ear, but I could be asleep and I'll come out my sleep any time of the night. It's like he'd be in my head, and he'll put a topic in my head. And then I'll go on the prowl for it on the internet. And then when I find it, I'll go to the Bible and then I'll read it. Then I'll go to the precepts and that's exactly what it's saying. I'd be like, oh my goodness.
And what's your name?
My name is Lolita.
Okay, nice to meet you. My name is Ron. All right, so we gotta, because we usually get off at 11 o'clock. We've been on for 3 hours.
Really?
3 hours.
I gotta get to bed. So anyway, who sent you the link?
Some girl on the internet with a K, what's her name?
All right, well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have you when we come. So we'll be back here Wednesday and Friday, but Friday be more open discussion. Wednesday is like Bible class where people, it seems like you already know what you know. So Friday, I think you'll like the open discussion, because we're going to go over the virgin birth, and I would love to hear what you got to say on that. But just real quick, just a quick answer. Is Joseph the father? Is Joseph the father, or the God the Father is the father of Jesus?
God is the father of Jesus. Okay. And just let me say this. When it says the virgin birth, people head going to like a woman being a virgin that ain't never been touched sexually in literal sense. No, the virgin birth means this. The Messiah is pure and holy, and he is placed within Mary's womb. He is the virgin. He is the virgin from sin. He has no sin in him. That's why they say in a virgin birth. She's giving birth to something that has no sin in it. It's not her that's the virgin. It's the Messiah. He's holy and pure. And that's why Joseph couldn't sleep with her, because that's going on. She's having something spiritual.
Oh, well, if he didn't touch her, then she was a virgin.
She's a literal, okay, Mary is a virgin in the sense that Mary was not in falsehoods of spirituality, and she wasn't with the Most High. It tell you that, but she was selected because her mind was pure. Like it didn't have nothing in it all jacked up. You know how some people you meet in real life, their minds be kind of pure.
Yeah.
And she was like that. So God used her as a portal. She was highly favored because of that. But she was a virgin to sin, like not sin. She was a sinner, but she was a virgin in the sense that she wasn't all messed up from all the outside stuff going on, the chaotic stuff. But Jesus is the virgin birth per se, because he's being born without sin into a sinful world. They looking at Mary like she's a virgin. She didn't have sex with the man. In reality, she's a virgin. That, and it's not talking about that.
All right, well, Friday, we would love to hear more about that. And everybody else would be on as well. When I say everybody else, maybe three, four people. It's never, never a lot. So I'll have, because people do send out links for me. So I'll tell them that, to have a good dialogue, people from different backgrounds. So it ain't the same people, because you have the same people, you have yes men and yes women. So I like to have different people where nobody's really controlled. So, okay, so I'll have my people reach out. Whoever talk to you, I'll find out. And Friday, I would say it's going to be late evening, about 8 p.m. If you're up to it, we'll invite you back on. And I'll get, see, I didn't know you was coming. So now I do. I'll before we talk any Bible, I'll get your background. You know what I mean? Where you first, religion wise, like Catholic. I'll get all that from your whole spiritual walk. All right.
Okay. Well, the girl's name is Khadija Ali.
Okay, yeah, I know what it is. Okay, good. Thank you. I'll make sure she invite you back on. You're interesting because I was expecting, like most women don't hop on, so I was expecting a brother. So when I seen you, I seen the name. It sounds feminine, but I'm like, that's probably a guy, like it always is. But so you was definitely a blessing. You brought some femininity to the dialogue, and from what I know, a lot of stuff you said was spot on. So yeah, so I look forward to speaking to you Friday.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wrap up, and you probably hear my voice. I'm tired as hell. Yeah, but thank you, appreciate you, and look forward to seeing you Friday.
Okay, have a nice day.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, so everybody, I'm gonna do one video, and then we're gonna check out. Okay, so what you guys think? What you guys think of the new sister, Lolita? What do you guys think of the new sister, Lolita? Was Jesus a bastard child then? So that who started unbiased? Flesh blood. Yeah, look, the sister, I would disagree on her with the angels because it clearly said that the angels can't be a son because God clearly said he never talked to them like in that way. But she was on point with the description of Jesus. She didn't buy that, and she called her ISUPK a cult. She called them what they are, cults, people who don't know the Bible. I was just trying to see her understand the different verses and see where her head is at. And she seemed to be, interesting. She would probably call herself a soothsayer or somebody who sees vision. I didn't ask her, but again, like I said, when she come back on, I'll go more to her background. But I'm gonna bet to say she's a woman who can predict things or see things. At least she would say she is, but that's just my bet. Yeah, and I'm interested to hear her worldviews. Because even Apostle Zakwan sounds half decent when we're talking about normal stuff. Okay. Very interesting, and that was definitely a surprise. I didn't expect. Sister Lolita tonight. She's very energetic. So yeah, I would love to get her background story. You know. All right, so let's see what we have in the queue. You know I got something. It is getting late, so I want to get off some videos that I had in the queue. So let's see what this is, because you know the Moors always claim they got a lawsuit, and they never talk about the check that they won, right? So
Hello everyone, this is Citizen Standpoint News, and I've got a lovely little update for you guys today. I had filed a lawsuit against the Adams County Merit Commission, which decides who gets hired and fired at the Adams County Sheriff's Department. The Adams County Merit Commission is chaired by attorney Jim Hansen. Jim Hansen is also the chairman of the Illinois Supreme Court Rules Committee. He should know the law better than most. He's got to be the highest ranking attorney in the state of Illinois that's been caught by a YouTuber so far. So be sure to hit that one of those donation links down below. I haven't been auditing much lately on account of the air temperature. I really don't like to take my equipment out when it's below freezing because it's extremely hard on it. So please be patient with me getting videos out there. If you guys want to see me go down to the southern part of the country and uncover some corruption down there, be sure to hit some of those donation links in the description box below. I will be leaving the text of this document in the description box as well, so you guys don't have to bother with trying to read small print. There's really not much to it. It's only about 7 pages worth of info. I do not receive any money for these lawsuits that I filed, guys. So I don't go around beating on my drum, and I'm not rolling in the dough, making money off of these lawsuits, because ultimately I would just be taking money away from the taxpayer, and that's not my goal. My goal is to make them beholden to the taxpayer, and I hope you guys appreciate that going on down the road. As always, thank you for watching.
yeah, so if I was doing his mission, I wouldn't be talking that taxpayer bullshit. But that's the you know, that's him. Just give my money.
Blaming black people collectively.
Yes, you are. Blaming black people for white supremacy is anti-black racism, sir. You're not calling out the race.
So how are you going to stop Jewish people from being killed? What are you going to do to protect Jewish people?
Holler at the white supremacists. They're the ones doing it. What are you going to do?
White supremacists, tell me what white supremacist has a bigger platform than Kanye West?
Kanye West don't run nothing. White society can shut Kanye West down.
He's the biggest anti-Semite in this country right now.
Stop
and the fact that so many black people are silent about it when his rhetoric will directly lead to Jewish people being genocided is insane. You cannot have an open... You cannot have an open... Tariq.
That's not
true. You and I will disagree about this. We can scream about this all day long. But at the end of the day,
you're just doing I'm white and I say so, sir. This is literally I'm white and I say so. This is I'm white and I say so. You're just saying.
That's not what I'm saying is that if you
making false accusations, saying that Kanye West is the biggest anti-Semite in the country, when you have all of these white nationalist groups out here, and you got the Proud Boys and people like that out here. You had thousands of people in Charlottesville who were white running around with tiki torches talking about the Jews will not replace us. And then they actually killed somebody. And you're sitting here talking about Kanye is the real anti-Semite and he's the biggest one. Really? That's not white and I say so, sir. That's just...
You wouldn't have known who Nick Fuentes was a week ago if it wasn't for Kanye West. So,
dude, if you don't stop, I've been going at Nick Fuentes for damn near 5 years. Me and Nick Fuentes, we've been going back and forth with each other. I've been calling these dudes out, guy. Come on now, stop it. I call out all forms of anti-black racism from white supremacists, sir. That's what we do as black people, you see? And to sit here and say that it was your community who stopped white supremacy in America in the civil rights movement, Did you say that with a straight face? Peter?
Of course, I said you never even wanted to jump into the conversation. You wanted to go back to the origins
there
of
was
it.
so much
You and
to
I, wait,
unpack.
hold on. You
But
and I
Peter,
had a conversation about
Peter.
the slave ships, and then you stopped the conversation there. I was about to list off several Jewish civil rights leaders that played an integral role within the civil rights movement. If it hadn't been for that, African American people would be living under Jim Crow if it wasn't for Jewish people in this country. And to this day, in fact, it wasn't until the 1990s that South Africa was living under apartheid, and that was if it wasn't for the entire Western world pushing on that, and Jewish people, especially Jewish human rights activists, they would still be living under apartheid. Black Americans owe a debt to the Jewish community for the civil rights movement. If you want to be frank,
please explain to me how. How?
You and I went in. There was a myriad of civil rights figures that you don't even choose to acknowledge. You know, all of the work that happened behind the scenes to create this equitable society, it's almost as if Jewish people are invisible to the black community. And despite all the sacrifices that Jewish people made in order to create a more equitable society for Jews and black people and Asian people and Hispanic people, it's non-existent.
Okay.
And all we do is we get our faces spit on by black people.
Name who. Okay, you're just rambling on.
And then I got to come up here, and I have to come up to you, who
you're rambling.
300,000.
You rambling because you're deflecting because you're just saying some bullshit and you can't prove what you're saying. Who? I'm asking you to name who. Name these people that black people owe a debt to. Who the hell do we owe a debt to in your community? Please tell me. If you say the NAACP, man, Peter, you better not say the NAACP. Do you really want to play that game?
What about the Anti-Defamation League? You don't think the Anti-Defamation League has been around since what? The 1930s? What other civil rights movement has represented black civil rights leaders throughout the entire thing? All those legal
Are you serious?
Did
you go there? Peter, did you really go there, Peter?
I can give you numerous examples. We can talk about Dean
Peter.
Peterson, we can Martin Aber.
Oh, Peter, let's slow it down. Did you really go there? Did you say the ADL, Peter? Peter?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Peter,
what is the contention that you have with what I said?
The Anti-Defamation League was started because an anti-black Jewish man.
We're not even that's.
Yes, I'm going there. Yes, I am. They tried to pin a murder on some black people and it didn't work.
All right, so let me try to get some humor here. So, fellas, stop arguing for 1 second, and let's get a little humor here.
And there's still sin and disobedience everywhere. I've decided that something needs to be done. What? What's the problem?
Sir, whenever you say that kind of thing, it usually means that a lot of people are about to die violent and painful deaths.
Forget all of my past initiatives. I'm going to Earth myself in human form, and it's going to be the turning point of the history of creation.
Interesting.
So, wait, let me make sure that we'll get a clear audio. Hold on, let me play some tabs because it's starting to be goofy a little bit. Let me clear some tabs. Also, let me show you how the chest shirt. Yeah, I made it a little better. Kept working on it. Kept working. I made the chest shirt better. Chest not checkers, baby. Yes, sir. All right. So anyway, let me pause this. Let me clear some tabs. Parthenos. Clearing tabs. Okay, here we go.
Painful deaths.
Forget all of my past initiatives. I'm going to Earth myself in human form, and it's going to be the turning point of the history of creation.
Gonna change the world. So, are you actually going to fix things or just bully them more like you usually do?
What do you mean?
Like, are you just going to threaten to send rebuke upon them and vexation, fever, inflammation, pestilence to destroy them? Extreme burning, blasting, mildew, the terrible botch of Egypt, scabs, hemorrhoids, madness, blindness, the itch that can't be healed? Then threaten to allow their enemies to defeat them with swords and threaten to allow their dead bodies to be pecked apart by birds and ripped apart by wild animals and to force them to see other people have sex with their wives and to allow their children to be kidnapped by their enemies and threaten them with leg injuries and that things will get so bad that they'll have no choice but to eat their own children?
Eat their own children? I've never threatened things like that, have I?
Yes, you certainly have.
Well, it was okay for that time and that cultural context. You can't judge my actions in that situation against it.
Sir, you know we don't buy that old line, and no one else ever will either.
I bloody bet they will. You watch. How much do you want to bet? Come on. They'll be saying to each other, it was okay in that cultural context. You can't judge God's actions from a human perspective.
Sir, you were saying about your trip to Earth?
Oh, yeah. I'm going down there to perform the blood sacrifice to end all blood sacrifices.
You're going to perform a sacrifice? To whom?
To myself. And it's going to be a human sacrifice. And the human I'm going to sacrifice to appease myself is myself.
Sir, that doesn't make any sense. Well, suit yourself with that, Lord. But listen, for a long time we've been putting together some ideas for things on Earth that really need your all-powerful attention. And since you're actually going there, perhaps you'd like to see our ideas?
Let's have a look. What are these for?
Well, when you go down there and dwell amongst them, it'll be the first time that humans have ever come so close to their designer. So we figured that you'd want to reveal some basic medical knowledge, like teaching them that disease is caused by microscopic viruses and bacteria, and that they can easily prevent diseases from spreading by doing such things as...
Think of it, Lord. With just a bit of information to get them started, the church you establish will be the world authority on health and medicine forever. Think of how clearly that will show that you alone are the one true God.
Well, interesting idea. That certainly would convince a lot of people. But no, I think I'll just tell them that demons are responsible for disease.
Well, you could, sir, but that's not actually true, is it? And they'll figure that out for themselves someday. By telling them that, you'll be effectively shutting down all progress in medicine for centuries.
That's right. You're at least going to tell them about penicillin on this trip, aren't you, Lord?
No, look, even if I wanted to, I won't have time. I mean, between fishing trips and long periods of time spent praying to myself, I don't think I'll have much spare time to just go around giving mankind life-saving medical information.
How long would it take just to teach them about vitamins and nutrition and hygiene? All you've ever said is that certain foods are unclean, when we all know that they're not.
Look, you want medicine and health? Okay, I'll miraculously heal some sick people. That'll be enough, won't it? I bet no one else is recorded in human writings as ever having miraculously healed the sick, are they?
Well, actually, I don't understand, Lord. Why do you want to help such a limited number of people in just one time and place when you could so easily give just a tiny piece of your infinite knowledge for them to pass on and build upon and help all of humanity?
Look, I know what you're saying, but I want to keep up my mysterious image. It's much more mysterious to be able to end disease, but choose not to, see?
All right, health aside, what general scientific knowledge are you going to teach them on this trip to help mankind develop?
Develop scientific knowledge? Well, nothing, of course. What's wrong with life as they're living it now?
Sir, they know next to nothing about the universe they're in, and they're suffering as a result. They come up with silly superstitions and then kill each other over them. You could end that instantly just by revealing a few basic scientific truths. And while you're at it, you could tell them some really advanced scientific and mathematical concepts, so that later, when they confirm those truths for themselves by their own experiments and discoveries, nobody will be able to doubt that it really was you, the Lord of the entire universe, in human form.
Hey, I like that idea. Like, I could drop some hint about energy being mass multiplied by the square of the speed of light, or accurately describe the structure of the solar system. But actually, no, I needn't bother. See, I've already put in the scriptures that the earth hangs upon nothing over empty space. And let's face it, I mean, how is that not obviously and irrefutably divinely revealed scientific knowledge about the nature of the universe?
Well, you also told them that the earth sits upon pillars.
No, that one's just metaphorical.
Oh, and the other one's not?
No, the other one's scientific fact. It's, it's hanging in space.
Yeah, well, how are people meant to tell the difference?
Well, the ones that are correct are facts, and the ones that aren't correct are just metaphor, of course.
You're going to get them started on electricity at least, aren't you?
No.
He said the ones that are true are fact, and the ones that aren't are metaphors. Is that not how some of these guys sound, bro? Oh my God, this is hilarious.
How are people meant to tell the difference?
Well, the ones that are correct are facts, and the ones that aren't correct are just metaphor, of course.
You're going to get them started on electricity at least, aren't you?
No.
Why can't you just tell them about
Well, I
it?
can, but I'm just not going to.
Well, what's going to convince people that you're a human manifestation of the infinite intelligence behind the entire universe?
Hey, I've got some spectacular miracles planned.
I've got a suggestion for a good miracle, Lord. Since you're omnipotent and infinitely caring, why not magically turn all of the world's deserts into fertile, productive land, thus impressing everyone enormously and alleviating hunger around the world forever?
Provide abundant food for the whole world? Why go to all that trouble when I can just walk on water in front of a few of my friends and impress everyone just as much?
Just as much? What do you... Or why don't you reconfigure the world's meteorological systems to give them the perfect balance of sunlight and rain to successfully grow their crops each season so they don't starve to death?
Well, no. Instead of that, how about I just give myself magical saliva that cures deaf and blind people when I wipe it on them?
Sir, millions and millions of people are going to continue to starve to death throughout the rest of human history.
Well, hold on, wait. This one right here is hilarious. Well, let me go to the beginning.
Red hot go tonight as we test our knowledge of the infallible, inerrant and non-contradictory Word of God. And a couple of quality contestants we have tonight, Craig and Ken. Craig in the lead so far, but let's see what happens in this next round. I'll be asking a question and giving you both a chance to respond to see if you come up with the same answer. Ready, Ken?
You bet.
And Craig?
Let's go.
Okay, so turning to Yahweh's anger for question 1. For 10 points, how long does Yahweh's anger last? Yes, Ken?
Forever.
Okay, it's a forever from Ken. Craig, what do you think?
I'm going to go with not forever.
Well, you're both correct. 10 points each. Yahweh's anger lasts both forever and not forever. Well done. Next question. Does Yahweh tempt people? Yes, Craig?
No, he would never do that.
Okay, Ken, do you agree with Craig?
Well, Yahweh tempted Abraham, so it's definitely something that he'd do.
Well, Ken, you're right about that, so 10 points for you, and 10 points for you also, Craig, because God cannot be tempted with evil, nor tempteth he any man. Question 3. Can salvation be attained by works? Yes, Craig?
No, a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Jesus Christ.
Okay, and Ken?
Well, I'm afraid Craig's correct, and I'm going to have to differ with him on this one, and instead go with what Jesus said. Namely, if you want to enter into life, keep the commandments.
Yes, but a man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law.
You see, then, that a man is justified by works, and not by faith alone.
Both correct once again, somehow right. And now for our final question for this round. What are the consequences of seeing Yahweh's face? Yes, Ken.
Death.
Ken saying death. Do you agree, Craig?
I'm saying the preservation of life.
But there shall no man see me and live.
And that's correct.
But hang on. Jacob saw God face to face.
And Abraham.
Yes, and so did Moses.
But no man hath seen God at any time.
Except the 70 elders of Israel.
And all the others too. And of course none of them did, because no man hath seen nor can see God. 10 points for everyone there, including me, I think, on that one. Okay, on to the next round of questions, and it's our first speed round for the evening. No need to buzz in, just call out your answer as soon as I finish asking each question. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts.
Okay, I stopped on the speed round, I think. No, it was another speed round. This first one, let me see.
Now, does Yahweh delight in burnt offerings?
Yes.
No. Correct. Is God the author
Yeah, this is funny as shit.
of evil?
Yes.
No. Correct. According to Genesis, were humans created before the animals?
Yes.
No. Correct. On the road to Damascus, did Paul's traveling companions hear the voice that spoke to Paul?
Yes.
No. Correct. Will
Yeah, they're saying no yes at the same time. And he's saying it's correct. It's a spoof. He's trying to say that the Bible's full of contradictions. So both answers are correct. That is hilarious.
the earth last forever?
Yes.
No. Correct. Is Jesus the only man to have ascended into heaven?
Yes.
No. Correct. In Old Testament law, were children to be punished for the sins of their fathers?
Yes.
No. Correct. Okay, that's the end of our first speed round. Ken, you look a bit exhausted after that.
Oh, no. Just like our Heavenly Father, I never tire and I never rest.
Oh, in that case, would you like to rest a minute?
Okay, sure. Just like our Heavenly Father, that's what I always do when I get tired.
Okay, then. Let's take a short break and we'll be back right after this message from our sponsors.
And their writings do not contradict each other. No, there are no contradictions. All of these authors, over such a long period of time, no, there's no contradiction here. They merely supplement each other, are all saying the same thing.
So fancy that. And now on to the next round, which is all about numbers. Not the Old Testament book. No. We're going to test your understanding of the actual numerical values of integers in the Bible. First to buzz in, and here's question 1. How many valiant men drew the sword for Israel as counted by Joab? Ken? 800,000? Correct, and 1.1 million would also have been correct there. Question 2. How many horsemen did David take with him when... Ken? 700?
Yeah, 1.1 million will also be correct. Yeah, this is a lag. I'm just dying on mute.
$700 is correct, and so is 7,000. Either way, much of a muchness, really. Question 3. How much did David pay for the threshing floor? Yes, Craig.
I think 500 shekels of gold.
Oh, no, sorry, Craig. It was 600 shekels. Ken, what would you have said?
I was leaning towards just 50 shekels, but that doesn't
Well, you
seem
would have
like...
been correct. It was 50 shekels and 600 shekels. Now, question 8. The chief of King David's captains killed 800 men in one encounter. This figure, 800, is also equal to how many? Ken?
700?
Oh, sorry, Ken. No, the correct answer is 300. You'll be kicking yourself for a week, won't you?
I knew it.
Okay, next question. When is a thief two thieves? Yes, Craig.
Well, there were two thieves crucified with Jesus.
Yes, you're on the right track.
Now, did they both revile Jesus, or did only one of them?
Well, both are correct, depending on which gospel you're reading. It's just like how many blind men Jesus healed near Jericho. It was 2, and it was 1. So, let's move on to the final question in this round. It's multiple choice, so listen carefully. Think of a single historical event that featured 2 men standing, that were actually 2 men sitting, which was in fact 1 man sitting, and in actual fact was 1 angel descending from heaven and causing an earthquake. Was this non-contradictory singular event witnessed by A. 1 woman, B. 2 women, C. 3 women, or D. an unknown number of women numbering at least 5? Ken?
All of the above?
Correct! Congratulations, Ken. An excellent answer, given that all of the historically accurate accounts of the day of Jesus' resurrection agree with each other perfectly, and would certainly stand up in court as being reliable testimony. It's time for our second speed round now, looking to see who'll be going home and who'll be advancing. Good luck to both of you. In this round, I'm going to name a crime, and you need to be the first to buzz in with the punishment as originally demanded by the Lord God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering, and abundant in goodness and truth. Ready, players. 60 seconds on the clock, this time hands on buzzers. What was Yahweh's originally designated punishment for fortune-telling? Ken?
Death.
Correct. Hitting a parent? Ken?
Death.
Correct. Cursing a parent? Craig?
Death.
Yes. Not listening to a priest? Ken?
Death.
Correct. Following another religion? Craig?
Death.
Yes. Adultery? Craig?
Death.
Correct. Not seeking the Lord God of Israel? Ken?
Death.
Correct. Fornication? Ken?
Prison?
No, sorry, the correct answer is death.
Damn it.
Prophesying falsely? Craig?
Death.
Correct. Bonus points if you can tell us who has to kill the false prophet.
His or her parents.
Very good. Homosexuality? Craig?
Death.
Yes. Blasphemy? Ken?
Death.
Correct. Working on the Sabbath? Craig?
Death.
Yes. Having a few people in your town worship another god? Craig?
Death.
More information?
Death for the entire town.
A little more.
And the livestock. And put the entire town to the torch so that the town is a ruin forever?
Correct, and just in time too. Very nearly running out of time there, with both of our contestants showing an admirable familiarity with Scripture so far tonight. Okay, making a final check of our scores here now. Okay, but look, rather than trust logic or the immoral practice of basing decisions solely upon verifiable evidence, I'm just going to pray for a minute and ask the Lord who our winner is tonight. Yes, look, I'm getting a strong inner conviction and taking it on faith that Ken is our winner, which means that we'll say goodbye to Craig here. Any thoughts on that decision, Craig?
Oh, look, it's an excellent choice, Bill. I've always trusted faith over objective reasoning because without faith, logic is just a fallible human construct or something.
Yes, but you don't leave empty-handed. What earthly treasures have we got stored up for our runner-up, Frank?
Well, for our runner-up today, it's a huge house upon the rock.
Oh no, I'm rich! Woe unto me!
Hey, come on, riches are a blessing.
Either way, Craig, you be sure to sell that new possession of yours and give to the poor. Or perhaps you could take the example of the early Christian church, who got together as a community, sold what they owned, and shared the proceeds among themselves communally. How do you feel about communism now, teabaggers? Oh, yes, Craig?
It's an immoral atheist plot invented by Barack Obama and Joseph Stalin to take over our country?
Correct! Time for a quick break, and we'll be right back with Ken in our solo challenge round.
Here's another supposed contradiction. Supposed contradictions in the Bible. Supposed contradiction. And this is one of those alleged contradictions. Not a contradiction at all.
The harmony among the Gospels.
So-called factual discrepancies. No contradiction. Supposed contradictions in the Bible.
Lends historical credibility to the accounts.
Now, a solo challenge round. There are 8 questions, and you have to get them all correct. Here we go. Question 1. Did the temple curtain rip before or after Jesus died?
Yes.
Correct. Who put the gorgeous purple robe on Jesus? Herod's soldiers or Pilate's soldiers?
Yes, they did.
Correct. Did Jesus curse the fig tree before or after driving the merchants from the temple?
Before or after?
Correct. Either one will do, so good answer there. Should homosexuals be killed or exiled?
Definitely.
Correct. Given that Quirinius became the governor of Syria 9 years after King Herod's death, was Jesus born during the reign of Herod or during the governorship of Quirinius?
Both?
Miraculously, yes. You're doing very well. When the women arrived at Jesus' tomb, was the tomb opened or closed?
Yes, it was.
Correct. Did Judas die by hanging himself or by falling over in a field and having his midsection burst open, spilling his guts everywhere?
Yes, that's right.
Correct. And our final question. Is God the author of confusion?
No!
Correct!
The authors of confusion are the people who misrepresent the Bible to try to make it appear as though parts of it contradict each other.
I know, right? Don't those people have anything better to do? They must hate God so much. Congratulations, Ken. Well done. An excellent achievement. And now, your prize. You ready? You've won a lifetime of believing our promise of something for which there is no evidence and that you won't actually get until after you're dead. In fact, there's pretty much no good reason at all to expect that it's even remotely real. But please, just take our word for it and live the rest of your life imagining it and feeling happy. And by the way, you don't actually deserve it anyway, so make sure you feel a bit unworthy too. How about that? Isn't that the sort of thing that we all want? So congratulations once again, Ken. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.